What's up, chat? Welcome to the stream. How you guys doing tonight? It is me. It is AG. I'm your host, Accidental Grenade. It is Wednesday, July 10th. July? It's June. Wednesday, June 10th. Let's not skip forward that far into the year. We'll try to enjoy the summer, although it's kind of unbearably hot here right now. But for those of you out of school, I'm sure you don't want the summer to rush by. We're going to be playing some Binding of Isaac tonight, and I was thinking it could be a fun thing to just kick off into a new save file. There have been new people in chat, people who don't necessarily know the game of the Binding of Isaac. And a cool way to introduce people to a game that's new would be playing it from the very beginning. So that's what we're going to try to do. That is the way that we're going to try to handle things. So what we're going to do is actually delete this guy. Delete file, you. Yes. Done and done. Well, that was easy. Almost seems like it should be more painful than that to delete a lot of work. We'll see if we get to 3,000,000%. Have a great stream, Accidental Grenade. Hey, thank you, Nio. Thanks for stopping in, buddy. I just realized I am not showing the game. I did just delete my save file, though. There it is. So I deleted the third save file. And we're going to start from scratch. So when you start out in the Binding of Isaac, you can play normal or hard mode. We should play hard mode because hard mode unlocks the unlocks for both normal and hard. But if you were a beginner player, you might start with normal mode. And then there's also greed mode for the game, which I don't really play on stream because I don't find it that compelling except for the first time you go through it. But we can go through it again as if it's the first time on this save file, because it will be for this particular one. You have to unlock all the other characters. So we can't play as any other character except Isaac. And Isaac doesn't have his starting item, the D6, but you'll learn this stuff as we go along. We're gonna do hard mode Isaac and see how it goes. So Isaac is an interesting game in that when you first begin playing the game, you don't have nearly the whole game unlocked. There are bosses you unlock along the way, there are items you unlock the way, there are entire floors and portions of the game that you unlock along the way. The game is sort of intentionally limited and then expands along a curve with your ability as your abilities get better. So, we're starting, you know, that's actually a pretty good item. We're gonna take that. We could put a bomb here. That machine would re-roll the item pedestal. So this item is picking a random item from the items that are unlocked for us in the game. You know, let's go into the curse room. It's only the first floor. It's not an XL floor, so we don't have a deal with the devil that would be affected by this damage. So that's one thing that you need to know in Isaac, is that when you get a deal with the devil on any floor, it's affected, the chance that you get is affected by a bunch of things. One of the most important of which, or one of the most controllable of which, I guess, like the one that the player has the most agency over, I guess, is your red heart damage. So if you don't take any red heart damage, that's one of the ways to optimize your chance to get a deal with the devil, and deals with the devil are typically very powerful items. Or at least I shouldn't say typically, they're a more powerful subset of items. Some deal with the devil items are still like meh, or even bad, but overall, it's a better pool of items to choose from. Plus, you get the choice. I mean, if you don't get a deal, you don't get the choice at all. Even if the items are not great, a choice of, you know, some not great items is better than no choice at all. How am I doing? I'm doing well. Open the chest. Opening the chest would be a good idea. Thank you, Coach Casey. We do have 3 keys, true. I'm doing well, Magnificent. How are you tonight? I saw that you sent your info over to Bad Beat TV for your t-shirt. Congrats again. What shirt did you choose, if you don't mind my asking? Would love to see a picture of it once you get it, whether it contains you or not. I'd love to see a picture of the shirt. It's kind of fun as you start to explain golden rooms, then you're just like, let's visit curse room. It's not XL floor, but yeah, good luck, man. It is tough. You know, I know so much of this game, and my community is so well versed in it, and I'm so used to just talking about things like everyone knows what I'm talking about. Right, so yeah, the very first floor of Isaac never has a deal with the devil. You can't qualify for one unless you get like a card that teleports you to one. That's the other thing. There's exceptions to everything in Isaac. But there are XL versions of each floor, and actually, now that I think about it, we haven't even unlocked XL versions, so that actually doesn't even apply, I don't think. But if we had, there are XL versions of each floor, and if we had basement XL, it would count as basement 1 and 2, and therefore we could have a deal with the devil, and therefore I would need to be worried about my red health. Oh no, I've gone cross-eyed. I picked the I'm a 7-card stud player one. Nice. I don't know if I've seen that design, but it sounds cool. I like the sort of play on words it's got going on there. Couple of keys. Can you post a link? One sec. I think I can do a little bit of this might work and it might not, so bear with me, because I don't know. I think I checked today, and I'm not sure if the Twitch settings will oh no, I did son of a permit. Magnificent. Try now. I did nope. Lol. Hang on. Give me 1 second, because this was in settings. I saw a thing about this, and I think it's overriding the bot, so I do want to fix this, because the bot can allow me to permit, but Twitch is just not allowing links in general. Block hyperlinks off. Do I have to save settings? I don't know. Alright, I turned block hyperlinks off. Try it now, maybe? If it won't work now, you'll have to send it to me. Oh, nope. Nope. I don't know, bruh. I don't know what's doing it. Like, cause I have it so the bot should be able to permit you. You can send it to me in Discord. I don't know, like, cause I've used like Streamlabs chatbot for some things, and then I used Moobot and Nightbot for other things because like they worked better for polls and stuff like that. And so I don't know if like I have like antiquated settings from an old bot. Tooth pastry, 30 months is so many dang months, and look at the run good you brought us, Steven, out of a golden chest. DM or general, either one is fine. Either one is fine. I mean, it's better if you DM it in this case, probably, because the general chat, people are just gonna be confused if it's not. Oh, general. Never mind. Nio wants to see it. Hang on. I'll just paste it in. I'll just paste it in the chat for you. Because the bot or the channel or whatever it is doesn't block me. I'm a 7-card stud player. Nice. I like it. I like the color scheme. The black and like the subtle yellow. Looking good, man. Thought it was really funny. I like it. Yeah. I always tell people, I think I told Casey's dad actually recently, like the cheesy joke, one cheesy joke I remember my dad making over and over again when I was younger, is such a dad joke, is I guess we'll take this. So multidimensional baby is gonna like double our shots when our shots pass through him. He's a little bit of a weird item because he mimics our movement on a delay. So wherever we move, this guy is gonna move. So really, he's hard to use optimally. The best way to use this guy optimally is to like stand here and then like back up a bunch. And then we'll get like double shot as we back up, kind of. But it's sort of, multidimensional baby is one of those items I feel like where you don't really use it intentionally. You just get like a little bit of an ancillary bonus like every now and then. You picked the soft style. Nice. But anyway, one dad joke that my dad used to make all the time was he would pick up the stud finder, which is a tool to find like the studs in a wall, like to hang pictures and stuff. Ah! I knew that was gonna happen. Oh my goodness. Alright, don't lose the deal. Thank you, game. So I didn't take red heart damage, so we still have a 100% deal with the devil chance, which you can see right there. It's a little confusing because it looks like, so those numbers on the left are your deal chance overall, and then your deal with the angel chance. A lot of people think the top one is your deal with the devil chance. It's not actually correct. The top one is your chance to get a deal overall, and then the bottom one is the chance that that deal will be an angel deal. Yeah, he would take the stud finder. You make this joke, you already know what I'm gonna say. He would take the stud finder and he would just act like it was insanely attracted to himself. He'd be like, whoa! Whoa! It's a classic dad joke. What's up? I am your smallest fan. Coming back for a classic AG Isaac stream. Brings out I am your smallest fan. Welcome back. Ooh, dice shard. That's pretty interesting. You pointed at your crotch and activate it? I don't know. My dad was not, I guess because I was his kid, maybe he wasn't so vulgar, but he would just act like it was like he had to fight it off. Pointing at your crotch works too, I suppose. But I mean, 10 out of 10 dad joke, IMO. Speaking of studs, nah, he's not wrong. I don't believe you. You're a stud. You're a stud in our minds, and that's really who you should be trying to impress is Twitch chat. Shop golden key. She keeps telling me these things to do. I got 4 cents, girl. I do have a golden key. I might as well, I suppose. We could dice shard that if we want to. We don't want to dice shard this. We're actually just going to use this. Lazarus. Yeah, I'll do it. Oh, come on now. There's so many good boss room items and we get that garbage. I look super fly though. You should at least look. You're right. I mean, I could get real lucky and get like a nickel, I guess. But I don't think it's gonna happen. Speeders. If we find the secret room, which is probably here. Could have some money in it. Doesn't appear to. Okay, well, I mean, we profited bombs, so that's nice at least. I mean, we could bomb that guy, but it seems unwise. Could bomb some pots. Let's try this. Bupkis. What's up, Illuminat? I was watching a guy covering freaking death metal, and Twitch recommended me this. I don't have a clue what I'm looking at, but I like it so far. Hey, I can see a consistent overlap between the death. Oh wait, petrified poop gives us a chance to get money out of poops and HP. We don't need that HP. Thanks for proving my point, though, game. I want 7 cents so I can get the friggin' compass, but we're not gonna get it. I could definitely see an overlap between the death metal community and the Binding of Isaac community, though, for sure. Welcome to the stream. Glad you found us. Thank you, rando Twitch recommendations. Who's your favorite death metal band, Illuminat? And keep in mind, I have like pretty much literally never listened to death metal, so give me a primer. What's the most accessible death metal for a noob? I don't even know if it's 3 steps away from Binding of Isaac. I mean, this game is pretty metal. You know, one of the biggest streamers and YouTubers of the Binding of Isaac, he's huge into death metal. Sinvicta. Dude loves death metal. So, I mean, I think you're really only looking at like 1 degree. Megadeth, Rammstein. I mean, I've heard of those guys. I know. I mean, I don't know their. I mean, I know the Rammstein. I know Du Hast, and I think I've heard other Rammstein songs. Isn't Rammstein known for also having like super omega weird music videos? I'm doing well, Cody. How are you tonight? And a lot of fire on stage. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised going to a death metal concert and seeing dangerous things, right? It's called death metal. Good? Really good? Oh, why so really good? Anytime somebody adds a modifier and it's not just good, I gotta know. Really good how? What's going on? Yeah, it ain't no life metal. This ain't your dad's metal. This is death metal. Alright, why do I ever push buttons? Just never push the stupid buttons, chat. They're always dumb. Except I got 3 bombs out of 1 last time, I think. But otherwise they're always dumb. Even 3 bombs is like not really worth it. Not really worth the risk of the other crap you can find. So we do need to pick everything up because it's a new save file, but we can also go for good items. Although I guess we like don't need them. So if we find an item that we kinda hate, we could pick it up because we're pretty much bound to win this run. We'll take X-ray vision. X-ray vision can help us find like secret rooms, and maybe for the save file we can knock out items that we need to grab early from the secret rooms, which are rare to find sometimes. Like for noobs, that's hard. I wouldn't recommend death metal for non-beginners. Or for beginners, you mean? But if I had to recommend something, Gojira are a great Technic death metal brand. Not even so brutal. Alright, fair enough. I'm not a huge death metal fan, but I am a classic rock fan. Ozzy, Black Sabbath, Guns N' Roses, Iron Maiden, Judas Priest. Really dislike the sidebar display now? What sidebar? The Twitch sidebar? How's it different? I just got, I didn't have enough time to play around with it. I just got the new, Twitch. So I haven't really had time to like look at it yet. I did change my like channel banner because I noticed the dimensions were off and I messed with some of my panels today. But I didn't really get a chance to experiment with all the ins and outs and ups and downs of the new layout. Dang it. Let's go in the shop real quick. When was the last time you put something on YouTube? Oh, shots fired. At the end of Dare to Stream. So like January. Okay. I don't have time to make YouTube content. I could just throw like streams on there, but that seems so like such a cop out. I really want to find the second secret room, but who knows where it is on this floor. Yeah, AG, we don't get enough content. Excuse me. This guy. I'm out here dadding and working and slaving. All right. That's it. Quit the job, sell the baby. Twitch needs more content. I have X-ray vision. She's right. She knows more. This is why the Coach Casey emote came into existence, chat, because she knows more about this game than I do. Yikes, sell the baby. I don't condone this. Hey, you're the one who asked for more content. It's a monkey's paw situation. Be careful what you wish for. AG, when you, when, a big if, small when, you become partner, would you consider quitting your job to become a full-time streamer? I would not consider quitting my job to become a full-time streamer upon becoming partner. I would consider quitting my job to become a full-time streamer after becoming partner and after having probably like 2 years worth of salary in the bank. Maybe less if I felt like I was making a lot from streaming. And when I saw like consistent revenue coming in over like a measurable amount of time, which I can't say what that would be off the top of my head. My mind didn't go to sell the baby. I mean, agree to disagree. I've seen how you acted stream, Nio. You got this polite, wholesome, good old boy act, you know, deep down. You're ready to yeet a baby. I don't know what the hell this is, but love the poker stream. Keep up the good work, brother. So this is the Binding of Isaac. This is the game that I really started playing on YouTube and Twitch and how I built a following in the first place. It's a roguelike game. It's procedurally generated rooms. The style of the game is meant to mimic the original Legend of Zelda on Nintendo. So basically, each floor you have, there's exceptions to every rule in Isaac. So everything I say, I'm gonna ask the veterans of Isaac not to contradict me with the small exceptions, but generally speaking, every floor you have a series of rooms. You have an item room, a shop, a boss room, and then a couple of other kind of like special rooms. You can have like this is a boss trap room. You fight waves of bosses to get the prize in the middle. In this case, the prize in the middle is a regular iron chest, which is not great. You have a couple of secret rooms on every floor, a secret and a second secret room. And yeah, you have the item room where you get an free item. Well, not free. You do have to spend a key to get in there. And then you have the boss where you fight the boss, and then you get both a boss room item and usually a chance at a deal with the devil, which gives you a room in which you can trade HP for an item from a powerful subset of items. But if you guys have questions along the way, feel free to ask. So I decided, since we do have so many new people joining the stream, that I would start a new save file, because it does give me a good chance to explain some of this stuff along the way, and for you guys to see what the journey from the very beginning looks like. Now, obviously, I have a little bit more skill than a beginning player in the Binding of Isaac. So we're not gonna experience like the struggle of like grinding it out. And you know what? This is a good time to take fruitcake. I don't like fruitcake. I don't normally take it. So what fruitcake is gonna do is do rainbow effects. It's gonna put a different effect on like all of our shots. And some of them are bad. That's why I don't really like taking fruitcake generally. Like some of the shots can like explode and hurt us. But overall it can be a positive thing. And since the game is easier at this point, we'll take it. One of the things you have to do to get 100% in this game is touch every item. That's why I'm saying that. To the left where streamers are listed now, it's just like the logo. It seems like that is new. Maybe I hit something like by mistake. No Twitch expert. So it just looks different? Is that what you're saying? You said you would travel the world for the question of the stream if money was no object. It's a good answer. I think a lot of people would travel the world. I think I would definitely do some traveling if money was no object, of course. Like how could you not, right? How could you not get new experiences, see new stuff? I don't know. Maybe I don't have the new layout completely because mine just looks like it usually does. It just says followed channels and then it has them all on there. It's all randomly generated and with thousands of seeds, so every run is different. You could have rooms that you see multiple times, but the run will never be the same. Yeah, that's one of the things that keeps the game great for Twitch and keeps the game just really replayable, is that no two Isaac runs are alike. Well, I mean, technically, Isaac runs are alike because you can literally, like, if you wanted to start a new save file, and you'd have to have a new save file because you'd have to have the same unlocks as me, because otherwise things would be different. But if you wanted to start a new save file, you could plug in this seed up here that you see in the top left, this 22VP1ZYQ, and you would play the exact same run as me. They're seeded according to like a certain like algorithm, and then it gives you a seed. So yes, you would not get any achievements if you played a seeded run. So unfortunately, you can't look at somebody's really powerful run and be like, oh, I'll be able to beat all these bosses with this run just like this guy did. They make it a little bit harder than that. You can't do anything, you can't unlock any progress on a seeded run, but you can have fun with it. Yeah. So ideally, the best way to do it is if both people have like 100% of the game, the seeds will work perfectly. Sometimes it's fun to see like what the difference in the seed is if you just have different unlocks. If you have most of the same unlocks, the seed could be like identical, and by most I mean like 95%. If you have like differences, then it could vary pretty widely. Could be a big disparity. I don't know. Do I ever play PS4 games? Yes, I do have a PS4. I don't play the PS4 much. I'm mostly a PC gamer just because I feel like PC is just a little bit easier to integrate into Twitch, which I play a lot, or which I stream on a lot now. And my PC is just a lot more powerful than my PS4. So if games are available on both, they're gonna function a lot better. But I actually, when I first started making Isaac content on YouTube, I played the game, which was then the Binding of Isaac Rebirth, not Afterbirth, because it was before the DLC. I played it on my PS4 and recorded it through an Elgato game capture. From a scale of 1 to 1.1, how much would you recommend this channel? Describe AG with one letter. W. Nice. You guys are ridiculous. Thought that would... I'm bombing for our freaking secret room after Casey told me, like, you have X-ray vision, you moron. X-ray vision allows me to just get right into the secret rooms, which is why I feel stupid using bombs to look for them. Alright, let's go up here. Gonna fight the boss. We picked up a bunch of health in our second secret room, which is pretty pog. Wait, from a scale of 1 to 1.1, I'm a 1.09. So small room for improvement. What can I do? What can I do to get you to a 1.1 today, sir? Slaps roof of stream. I guess we'll pick it up. We want to touch everything. I'm gonna touch the butt. So this is a really wholesome item called Headless Baby. Headless Baby follows us around. So in Isaac, there are these things called familiars. A lot of them do wildly different functions. Some of them shoot. Some of them do passive things like this. So Headless Baby leaves this creep on the ground. If enemies touch it, they take DOT. They take, well, they don't take damage over time. They take tick damage when they're in it, if that makes sense. Hot wife, adorable daughter, stable, well-paying job. He's a W all the way. We also got Mr. Dolly, which is a tears up. So tears is like one of the DPS stats in this game. Tears are your rate of fire, and then damage is the damage per tier. I was sort of omega lulling at stable as well, Tooth Pastry. It's such a weird thing to say to describe a person. Calling someone stable to me implies to me that you have very many unstable people in your lives, because it's just not something in your life. It's just not something I would think to use as a descriptor for a person. Which just would never occur to me. I was talking about your job? Ah. So you're trying to sell me as a breadwinner? Dude, I'm already married. It's cool. I got this. I'm already married, and I'm married up. You're stable in my book, AG? I mean, I don't know that, like, stable just seems like it almost seems like, I know it's not, but it seems almost like subtle shade throwing, right? Like, there's guys who are like, you know, you wouldn't call an extreme sports guy or a rock star stable, right? Stable just seems like, oh, he's freaking boring. I'm married up. That's a way to word it. What is that funny? I mean, I say that a lot. I'm married up. I'm out of my league. Luck boxed my way into this marriage. No, I wouldn't say luck boxed. It's like, you know, in the dating game with Casey, it's like I played well. If we're doing a poker tournament allegory, it's like I played well, but I was sun running along the way, you know? You gotta play well, but you also gotta sun run to meet a lady like that. You say fighting above my weight class? I don't think you should use the word weight anytime you're trying to compliment a woman. Ever. So like, I just would issue you that point of caution. Like, just don't ever bring weight into the conversation. You know, but just turn into weight class? What do you mean? What weight class am I in? No, I want to know. What weight class do you think I would be in? I say that, but Casey's not like that at all. I'm just aping the, like, extremely stereotypical woman jokes. Poker analogies to dating, so many. Oh, hit me with them, brother. I'm here for it. Probably featherweight. That's the way to go right there. Dating might be the only place in life I haven't ran well. Ah, man, you're gonna get there. It's like poker. It's a game of consistency and patience. All right, let's get out of here. Monstre. So we picked up hot bombs, which means we can put down a bomb and it'll make a little fire for us. Which is, it's not the best item, but the nice thing about the bomb items like that, when you pick one up, you get, usually you get 5 free bombs. So really, a lot of times it's just worth it for the bombs that you get. And then it's like, the bombs have like a little extra quality as well. Not the case with some of them. Some of the bomb modifiers are really good, but this one is, it's a meh. The shiny Box King has arrived. Who let this guy have the ability to make his own commands? Squeezy is another Tears Up. What does Tears Up do, class? Alright, let go. Raise his hand. Makes you shoot faster? I'll allow it. I'll allow it. It's actually a little complicated because there's also a stat in Isaac called shot speed. So it actually makes your rate of fire faster. There is another stat that makes your bullets fly faster across the screen. But your head was in the right place. You get half credit. Fire rate upgrades. Yeah, fire rate, you can get upgrades on your tiers until it caps. But, as I said in Isaac, there are exceptions to everything. There are some items that break the tier cap and allow you to fire even faster than the cap, the soft cap. Raises hand higher. Actually, it lowers the delay between when you can shoot one tier and when you can shoot another tier. Please see me after class. Don't ever make me look bad in front of the other students. Okay, I hired you as a teaching assistant, but I can take away this credit. You're on thin ice, mister. He's actually more correct than I am, Hot Dogs is, but I thought maybe that would be a little bit too nerding it up for the class at large. If a college professor gave me anything less than a 90% for that, I am withdrawing. Listen, in the Isaac class, you know, we're sticklers for correct information, but I also offer a lot of fun bonus questions at the end of the test. So you don't really have to worry about it, you know? I'll drive the point home and be kind of a jerk about it, but you know at the end of the day, you're gonna get some softballs. You can blow up the skulls and they occasionally drop stuff. Also true. Let's see if we get something. Oh, sweet, an enemy. It's true. Skulls, mushrooms, even the pots, they all have different things that they can drop. I always thought that in Isaac there should be like a drop from fires. Not just the blue fires, from like regular fires. I guess we'll take this. So Mama Mega is gonna explode every room. So if you are photosensitive, here is your warning. Also, you can bomb shopkeepers. Oh, a dime for dime-related things. If you blow up the shopkeepers, you get an extra chance of, you know what? We should actually take this with us, then. You get a little bit extra boost to your deal with the devil chance when you kill an already dead shopkeeper. What a throwback. Ooh, we've blown up enough rocks. So, a lucky rock, is an item, and it appears... Or it's a trinket, I should say. And it appears, if you blow up a certain number of rocks. So this is actually going to be the end of the game proper for now. So when you play Isaac the first time, you only can go to Mom, who is at the end of Depths 2. Now, I don't want to go in there yet in case there are more items to touch for our progress here, because once you go into the Mom fight, you cannot leave the room. So we're going to see, what else there is to see here real quick. Yeah, so those skull enemies that want, like the one that popped up from the skull that we blew up there, those are called hosts. and they are immune to damage until you let them pop up. If you're in their like line of sight, they'll pop up to shoot at you, and then you can shoot them. So one thing I really like about Isaac is like the enemies, like the game, are all like programmed as according to certain rules. And you might say that that's true for every game, but it's pattern based and like sort of logic based in Isaac, not like truly random. So fighting every enemy and every boss, almost, with the exception of Delirium, who I hate, who's the final boss of the game, it's all learnable and dodgeable, which I super enjoy. You know what? Let's play these guys. Okay, not really what I wanted, but it's alright. Don't have any need for these keys. And we're actually gonna like give a bunch of health to this guy as well, see what he gives us. I only need a little bit of health to beat Mom in the mom fight. So the Demon Beggar takes HP. If you have red health, he'll take health out of your red heart containers, and you can then replenish that. The health we're taking, or the health we're giving him, we can't like refill. We can get more soul hearts, but we can't refill the containers. We unlocked Cain by getting over whatever number of money it is. I forget what it is for Cain. Alright, I mean, that was good progress. We unlocked another character there. Worst part of starting over is the awful shops. Yeah, and you have to donate like so slowly over time to unlock the next levels of shops. So the shops in Isaac start out bad, but you can upgrade them by donating to a donation machine in the shops. However, the problem is the donation machine will occasionally just break and not allow you to donate anymore. Baby Bender has appeared, huh? Cain, your favorite boy in the game? I never will understand why people enjoy Cain so much. He just seems like he just lacks personality to me. But that's all you, brother.
His mother, fueled with the desire to serve her God, was bearing down on Isaac. I will do as I'm told, my lord. I love you above all else.
I mean, I understand that he gets the free chests, but
this was the end of
can't do boss rush on the first run. Not possible.
was far too strong for him. But just as he accepted his fate, God intervened, sending an angel down from above to stop his mother's hand. And just like that, it was over.
So Isaac's mom tried to kill him. But he stopped her. Or did he? Alright, we unlocked the womb. We unlocked challenge 20, Purist. Challenge 21. Challenge 22, Speed. Challenge 25, Have a Heart. Challenge 28, Pride Day. Challenge 29, Onin's Streak. Challenge 30, The Guardian. Challenge 32, April Fool. The Harbingers, A Cube of Meat. And that's all for right now. So challenges are special scripted runs where you start with certain items or conditions, and you have to complete a certain like distance in the game usually in order to complete them, and then you can unlock other stuff by completing those. Let's do another one, shall we? Question is, should we do any of the challenges? Do any of them unlock anything really good that we have so far right off the bat? Because if they do, it always makes other stuff easier. Highbrow unlocks the Yera rune, which is pretty good. Yeah, when life gives you lemons. It's in the cards unlocks SMB Superfan, which is an all stats up item. Oh, Waka Waka unlocks Death's Touch. That's super good. Let's do this. Let's do Waka Waka. Yeah, Waka Waka is Death's Touch. You got it, smallest fan. So Waka Waka is like a, it's like Pac-Man. You have Anti-Grav, which holds your shots in place. And then Strange Attractor is an item that attracts all the enemies to your shots. So this is, you're gonna see the weirdness here in a second. And this is just sort of, challenges are really cool because they sort of show off all the weird stuff that can happen when Isaac items interact. So Strange Attractor will pull enemies and consumables, as you saw there, towards our tiers, which can be good but can also be dangerous. So in this run, a lot of what you want to do is just backtrack and let the enemies run into your shots. And if you look in the top left, you can see the high heels symbol right underneath the consumables, underneath the money, bombs, and keys. That means we have to go and defeat Mom. That's a symbol for the Mom fight. First time trying this run, I got so infatuated with Strange Attractor. Now it's not so bad compared to other challenges. Yeah. It's not so bad. This run is it's one of the fun challenges, I think. It's not one of the super hard ones. Isaac challenges come in like two flavors. They come in like, oh, check this out kind of challenge, and then they come in like, see if you can complete this crap kind of challenge. Oh, it was close. This is actually kind of a complex room for this setup, but we got ourselves to a free space where we now can like pretty much fire away. Hope there'll be more challenges with Repentance. I can't imagine a major DLC coming out for Isaac without a new crop of challenges. Not only because it's not only because it's just always like it's happened on the other major DLCs, but also just because like if you're a part of the new dev team working on the new DLC, wouldn't you think they probably have I bet they're chomping at the bit with ideas for new challenges. It's such a cool like little like playground to play in. Like, what if you gave the player this? Especially when you've got like they've got a ton of new items to like compose challenges of. I guarantee you there will be challenges. Let's not pick that up just yet. Ow. Rude. So that heart was an eternal heart. It's a white half heart. If we preserve that half heart throughout the whole floor and leave the floor with it, it'll turn into a full red heart. So really, you just don't want to pick it up until you're about to leave the floor. Wow. Why am I getting hit so much, chat? I also hope there will be a creative mode where you can make challenges for the community. That would be cool. That's a little bit more of a crazy undertaking. I feel like it's tough. I don't know that it's really necessary because like you can just do that now by just telling someone a seed kind of, right? Or like doing like using the console to just like give yourself items to start. I don't know, like I don't know that it has that much benefit over the status quo, I guess. Like you could tell me, hey, AG, start with these two items right now, and because of the way Isaac is like customizable, I could just mod those two items in or like console them in. I mean, maybe for the casual Isaac community it'd be better, but there's not really a casual Isaac community. It doesn't really exist. Larry's one of those sleeper bosses that can definitely get you sometimes. Moves around like very erratically. Case in point, he almost tagged me right there. Get him. All right, we get a tears up. And we get all cute and tiny as well. Alright, one floor down. Let's go back and make sure we follow our own advice and grab the Eternal Heart before we leave the floor. Easy thing to forget to do, right? You get focused on the boss fight. You're like, that's it, I'm done, mission accomplished, floor over. You jump down the hole, and as you're going down, you see the symbol on the map. You go, no! Eternal Heart, why? But at least when you do it, you're not live streaming this game, chat. I'd rather do ultra hard than the Guardian again. I didn't find either that bad, but I think I'd rather do ultra hard as well. Guardian is pretty frustrating among the challenges. It is hard AF in my room right now? Well, tell me more. Oh my. Magnificent. I knew you enjoyed the stream. This is a new level. Sorry, my water is like sticking to the coaster. Like it's suction to the coaster, and then when I pick it up, it falls down. Little like pseudo trap room. This one's easy to navigate though. Just gotta make sure you don't get too hasty and walk on the spikes. I'd rather do Guardian than Brains. Nah, Brains is not so bad. Casey with the 300 bits. Thank you so much. Oh, and that's another thing with challenges. On some of the challenges, you see that symbol in the top left as well that has the trophy with the X through it. That means we don't get item rooms in this challenge. Thank you so much, babe, for the 300 bits. Look at that. I really do like the new bit badge you have. Looks awesome. That orange one, baller. Get away from me. I mean, we're already at the tier cap. This will give us HP though. Ooh, that's a nice haul of HP as well. Do we need 9 lives? I guess we'll take it. Doesn't hurt us that bad. Lego. Isn't that magnet bullshit? It's the magnet is what's dragging the enemy toward me. Yes, if that's what you mean. And yes, it is one of the sort of troll items. It's a bad item in Isaac. So there are a bunch of items in Isaac that are actually not good, except maybe in like very niche situations. There are some niche situations where even this item would be good. But there are ways like you can end up getting an item in Isaac, specifically as you get further in the game. There's these things called curses. One of the curses you can get is where items are blind. They just show up as a question mark and you don't know what they are. And so sometimes you'll end up being like, I don't know what this item is, but my run's kind of weak. I should pick it up, and then you'll pick up an item, and it's going to be something bad. So, in addition to having good RNG, Isaac also has a lot of like little subtle ways that it control you. Whether you get like a really punishing boss for your certain setup, or like the bad items like I'm talking about, or just curses that mess with you, just bad items, just generally speaking. Breath of Life, F that item, yeah. I mean, the worst item in Isaac is Isaac's Heart. Isaac's Heart is an item that makes you carry your heart behind you like one of these familiars, and it takes damage instead of you, and it makes it like almost impossible to dodge, because you're trying to dodge with your heart like dragging behind you and trying to shoot from your existing body, if that makes sense. It's hard to describe without seeing it, but it makes it like really hard for you to not take damage. You disagree so hard that the worst item is Isaac's Heart? I think Isaac's Heart is easily the worst item in the game. I don't think it's even much of a contest. It's very good. It is not. You're up your own butt so far. Like you're so full of shit that your eyes are brown. It synergizes with so many items. It synergizes with items that are bad without Isaac's Heart. You'd rather have that than soy milk? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. You're insane. You are actually insane, Tooth. I'll tell you what. I'll give you I'll give you 10 runs where you start with Isaac's Heart and 10 runs where you start with Soy Milk. And then I'll give you 10 runs where you get Isaac's Heart in the middle and you have to take it. And 10 runs where you get Isaac's Heart in the middle and you have to take it. Wait, 10 runs where you get Isaac's Heart in the middle and you have to take it. Or 10 runs where you get Soy Milk in the middle and you have to take it. And then 10 runs where you get Soy Milk in the end game and you get Isaac's Heart in the end game and you have to take them. And I guarantee you could win more if you're actually trying with Soy Milk than you would win with Isaac's Heart. There's absolutely no question. Soy Milk you can usually win if you end up taking it accidentally. Isaac's Heart, it's so hard to win when you accidentally pick up Isaac's Heart. It's so hard. Razor unlimited damage. Yeah, but you die before you get to the razor. You end up dead before you get to the razor to pick it up. Or if you don't have Isaac's Heart, then you're dumb to pick up the razor. Because there's a million other active items that are better that you probably already have. You just have to know where to place the heart. It's not that easy, dude. There's so many different patterns of enemies dodging. The only time I've ever had a purpose for Isaac Heart is with that Master Damage Spacebar item. I forget what it's called. Yeah, Blood Right. It's Blood Rights, right? Or is it, yeah, Blood Rights. Let's go IV bag plus shop refresh equals break. Yeah, but like, in my opinion, you literally have to find Isaac's Heart and the IV bag on the same floor, or you're really dumb to pick up the heart. And even then, if I had IV bag, do I want to pick up the heart? I mean, I guess if you get the break and you have the like, you'd have to find the shop refresh already. I don't know. It's so niche, dude. You're trying to see this item as so much better than it is. The use cases are so niche. Usually pick up Isaac's Heart doing Eden runs. I just can't imagine that those usually end up in wins then. Just can't imagine. See it from my perspective, AG, the reason you don't like it is because you're not used to the item. I mean, obviously there's going to be an aspect of that because I soured on it and I don't want to pick it up. But maybe part of it also is that I play the Lost so often. But I still think you're just wrong and it's not good. I think most of the time you're just better off not having it. Maybe you can make it work, but I just don't think it improves your run. I think it takes away from the run, and there's a chance it could improve it. Like, I think it's like trying to be too cute. It's like trying to run a trick play when you have the best receiver in the league. Like, just throw the ball to your receiver. You don't need to run the flea flicker right now. Alright, pick this up. Give me one of these. The reason you like it is because you want to be different. That's how I feel too. Can you just F right off, Chubb? Don't know that I should have came in here, but we ended up making it work. Give me my Empress card back. Trick plays in the Super Bowl are the worst? Hey, wait a minute. I'm in this chat line and I don't like it. No, but the trick play was necessary And the right conditions were there for the Eagles. For the Eagles, it was like they had the perfect setup for the trick play, right? It was like the Eagles had the racer. The Eagles had the IV bag plus the shop refresh. The Eagles weren't, you know, didn't have a receiver that could just toast the Patriots D every time. I like it because I find runs much more interesting than doing it without. You have to think differently. Yeah, but see, like, I'm talking about, that's what I'm saying though, is you're talking about Isaac's Heart from a this is neat perspective. I'm talking about it from a this is good perspective, and I think it's not good. Is it, can you do some cool stuff with Isaac's Heart? Absolutely, I would not debate that. Are you more likely to win by picking up Isaac's Heart? Unequivocally, no. Absolutely, you are not more likely to win by having Isaac's Heart. It's a item that makes you incredibly more vulnerable to damage. Immensely more vulnerable. Fuck the Eagles. Minnesota could have had a home Super Bowl. Do you want a timeout? Because that's how you get a timeout. I made $6,600 because the Eagles won that game, so please don't say fuck the Eagles. Oh, Nio, if you're still out there, Casey said that should be my next, it's pretty lofty, but Casey said that should be my next goal, is to beat my biggest gambling win on PokerStars PA, which is the $6,600 I won by betting on the Eagles to win the Super Bowl. It's pretty high bar to clear. I would need a bink of like 6,650 or more. Basically, I guess. Well, it was an even 6,600. So if it was 6,601 or more. Throw ball to Eagles receiver? Hell no. Let's throw the ball to the skinny white QB with a huge crank. With a huge crank. Well, what made it the best is that the Patriots tried to throw the ball to Brady in that same game, and Brady, like, it was the exact same play, and Brady didn't catch it. Brady couldn't catch. So good. Strange Attractor and Anti-Gravity together? Yeah, this is the Waka Waka challenge. It is a nice pair. Thank you for noticing. You know what? I just want to get through this fight faster. Let's use Empress here, even though this is an easy fight. Nice thing about Gertie is the annoying part about Strange Attractor pulling enemies towards you. Gertie is a stationary boss, glued in place, so it really doesn't affect them at all. Take this. Sadly, we did not get HP, but we do have 9 lives, so we can trade if there's something really good in here. Okay. Give me a soul heart, please. Soul heart, please. Alright, I'm gonna try something. I don't know if this is gonna work, but I'm gonna try something, chat. You ready? Check this out. He's done it! He's actually done it! He's actually done it. It was like barely enough speed. Wait, how did I get Guppy? Didn't I only have 2 Guppy items? Paw and 9 lives? What else did I get? Oh, I picked up the head. I picked up the head. That was the 3rd one. Duh. We should take Guppy's tail, yeah. I mean, I actually can take everything if I want to, I guess. But do I want everything? Not really. I don't really want the others. We already had Headless Baby. Let's take Ghost Baby because we haven't touched it. What's up, Predator? Hey, do you know Isaac? I didn't know you you had played Isaac before. We're starting a fresh save file. How's it going tonight, dude? How was your stream today? Probably 200 hours of Isaac? Nice. Up there, brother. It's a challenge, doesn't matter what you pick up. Ah, she's so smart, it doesn't matter. She's so smart. The unlocks, the pickups don't matter for the unlocks. Just hopping in to lurk before bed. Hey, love to see it, dude. Thank you for stopping by. Alright, well, let's speedrun this since she's right. It is a challenge and we can't unlock anything, and we're obviously very, very strong and bound to win at this point. It was a clip. I'm sorry. The bot is overeager when it comes to the links. I've been meaning to try to fix it. I sort of tried today and I couldn't figure it out. I don't know what overlapping settings are causing the links to just disappear. But yes, get wrecked. New file, who dis? I almost titled my stream that as a callback today, Fifth Alice. New save, who dis? That was my original, like, second save file stream title way back when. Alice remembers Pog. Oh, Alice, I still need to pay you. The check's in the mail for the emote, but I did submit the emote. It's not in there yet, chat. Is it the Exadewuga? Nah, it's not approved yet. Submitted it without even paying Alice for her artwork. What a scum. What a scum. I'll pay it for you, AG, even though you were dead wrong with Isaac's heart. What do you mean pay it for me? You're gonna pay Alice for me? I don't think I'm dead wrong, brother. Just need BFF to be beyond strong. We'd want Hive Mind, I think. BFF doesn't apply to the guppy flies. I think you're thinking of Hive Mind. BFF would just make our ghost baby shots a little bit better, which I don't think is what you were going for. If I start streaming, I might need to hire Alice to commission some art for me. Heck yeah, dude, I recommend it. Can recommend. We'll ask Alice, because she's smart. She's a smart. Alice, can you defend Isaac's heart? Tooth Pastry likes Isaac's heart. He says Isaac's heart is so good. And I said, brother, what are you on? Tooth Pastry is wrong. You know what? Hot dogs? We actually agree on something. We just needed a mutual enemy. BFF makes Isaac's heart make you take more damage. Oh, I didn't know that. Is that actually true? You take like what, 2 hearts of damage or something? It's not a good item by itself. I mean, I think Isaac's heart is not only not a good item by itself, but it's just, the use cases are extremely niche compared to other items that are like kinda bad but have good synergies. I mean, I know how you are, I know the ways you're talking about using Isaac's heart, but like, I just think like, it doesn't normally play out like that. Soy milk is better than Isaac's heart. I agreed 100%. She said it. We did not. Nobody drew that information out of Alice. She just offered it up. Soy milk is just good though. I gotta give you a hard disagree on soy milk being just good as well. But I think soy milk's drawbacks are a heck of a lot easier to overcome than Isaac's hearts. IMO. Hello. Charge me. Stop trying to hit me and hit me. Tooth Pastry's banned. Oh no. Not like this. I didn't mean for it to go this far, Tooth. I'm sorry. You'd rather have Libra than soy? I mean, I might be with you there. I think soy milk is bad. I think people who say soy milk is good are crazy, but not as crazy as people that say Isaac's heart is good. Alright, do we want to do another challenge? Do we want to knock out another? We could get like SMB Superfan. We could get the Yera rune. What unlocks Perthrow? Perthrow is unlocked by Solar System, which is unlocked by defeating Mom's Heart 3 times. So we don't even have Solar System yet. We could do Highbrow to unlock Yera. Do a greed mode? Alright. We can do that. Cain greed mode, maybe? Let's do Cain greed mode. If you get Libra, placebo, and a speed up pill, you get infinite stuffs. That's true, or a range up, same diff. I wouldn't start greed mode until you have the D6 unlocked for Isaac at least. Fair. Yeah, that's fair. I won't play an Isaac one. Makes a lot more sense to do it after you have the D6 for rerolling items. Oh wow, let me just get 3 items. Scratch that 2 and a randomly generated pill that's so specific to make Libra good. Yeah, I mean, this is what happens when you get like the Galaxy Brain Isaac community together, right? They lose all sight of what actually makes an item good, and then they're latching on, they're chasing the heroin rush of that one run they had where they had placebo and range up pills and phenomenal cosmic power, you know? I'm just out here trying to make an Isaac living, you know? Y'all need Jesus. These are trash, huh? Triggity trash. Sweet. Thanks, game. Alright. Fight the boss. I ain't scared. I'm a little scared. Woke up at midnight. My trash life is at its peak. You woke up at midnight, Alice? Well, I mean, at least you'll be hanging out in the stream for a while. I mean, I'll reap the benefits. I'm glad you're here. I'll reap the benefits of your quote-unquote trash life. Okay, I need backpack, placebo, blank card, Yera, speed up, Libra, and a battery drop. It's easy. OMG, most powerful game break ever? Click here, red arrow, red arrow. Alright guys, today I'm going to show you how to do the best game break in Isaac. It starts with 9 simple steps. Freaking kids, dude. Nio did call you 4th Alice the other night in chat. I'm gonna call him out, Alice. It was pretty funny. You just got the number wrong, but it was just weird to see somebody refer to you by the... I don't know if I'd ever seen that happen before. It was so funny. Whoop. Alright, we would really like to get an item to improve ourselves. It's gonna be tricky to do a deal with the devil though, because we only have 2 HP. Or do we? Alright, we will take Tarot Cloth. That's pretty nice. Let's roll the dice on some pills. Hey, health up. Also pretty nice. We'll snag this. I don't think we want any of this garbage. I don't think we want to go in the curse room. Yo, don't diss 6 Thalys. More partial to 69 Thalys. Tarot cloth with no runes unlocked. It does feel wrong, doesn't it? Just feels like, ugh, I got rune blue balls. This run is ruined. Because we don't have the runes unlocked. We'll buy a key, I think. We'll take you. I'll take you, but I ain't happy about it. What's up with these dang items, dude? Scorpio seems okay. We want to donate as much as we can, so we sort of want to eke by with whatever items we can, because that way we can put max into the donation machine, as much as it'll take anyway. Should have waited to get better items unlocked? I mean, maybe, but, you know, Hot Dog specifically requested a greed mode, and I'm not gonna be somebody to say no to that kind of thing. We're not gonna try to, like, I'm not really interested in completely min-maxing the save file. Like, we're just gonna chip away at it on our Isaac streams and have a good time with it. We might make some, like, we might do some things to, like, optimize, but we're not gonna go crazy with it. Oh yeah, we'll save keys if we use that, if we grab that item. That's true. Pay to play. Good point. We're listening to hot dogs now? We're doomed? I mean, at least we're not listening to a man who says that Isaac's heart is a redeemable item in the Binding of Isaac. It just seems like you've really lost your way, brother. I hope you find it. I'm you know, thoughts and prayers, Tooth Pastry. Thoughts and prayers for your state of mind. Something's wrong with his medulla oblongata. No, he's right. Listening to me is a fast track to doom. Nah, listening to Xerith is a fast track to doom. Listening to you, it's mostly worked out for me in the past, honestly, I gotta say. Oh, there's a gap there, huh? Can't really walk this way, huh? Trapped myself, eh? You don't say. Alright, let's grab this, see what's underneath it. Don't really want that. Get him! Perfect. It actually didn't hit me somehow. This run is weak. Weak sauce. In that case, send feet pics. Alright, on their way. We will take the paw. And that is all we will take. I actually enjoy playing Lilith, but I'm weird like that. Keeper is the worst character in the game. Lilith is my least favorite character in the game, but I think I can see how, if you're talking about from an objective win standpoint, Keeper would be the worst character in the game. I actually like the challenge of playing the Keeper though, but I'm sort of a glutton for punishment. I don't like Lilith because I think mechanically Lilith is just frustrating. You really do not want pictures of my feet either, dude. I got some, you can ask Casey. She can confirm I've got some ugly feet. Mechanically, Isaac's heart is frustrating. Agreed. I also must agree. You know, we do need a tears up. Pretty desperately. I don't know. What should we aim for? Should we try to be able to donate 99 cents in this run? It just doesn't feel like with like the subset of items that we have unlocked, it's going to be that possible. Plus, what are the chances that the donation machine actually lets us get there? You think there's a number we should aim for, chat? Which toe? That's a good trivia question. Chat, guess which toe of mine is the opposite of my little toe. If you were on the Bad Beat TV stream, you'll get that because we listened to a rapper called Little Toe. Which toe is my longest toe? It's not the second. It's not the second. It's not the pinky toe. So that's 2 out of 5 ruled out. Continue. It's not the little toe and the pinky toe, I believe, are the same thing, so that's still just 2 out of 5 ruled out. It is my third toe. My middle toe is the longest. I am the only person I have ever known whose middle toe is the longest out of all their toes. I actually might be like a medical marvel, because I've like sort of tried to look this up. Give us the middle toe. I've sort of tried to look this up, and I don't think it exists anywhere. Like I wasn't able to find any like Google results of anyone else having a long middle toe. Your mom said that's her longest, and Eden? Yeah, well that's true. I've passed this curse on to my child, but I just mean like outside of my gene pool. Eden has that as well. Yes. Yes. She got it from her dear old dad. It's true. Baby feet are adorable. Well, hers won't be adorable for very long, I'll tell you that from experience. What's this? Do we need it? We need it. Pop that shit right away. Picking up a devil card in this fight is actually super helpful. This fight was gonna last so dang long. We do have Epiphora, so the more I shoot in the same direction, the better it is, but we also do need to dodge in this fight, of course. Alright, I thought I could play chicken there. Just moved a little too slowly. It's called Greek feet, where this middle or second toe is the longest. See, I saw the thing about Greek feet, or whatever it's called, but all the research I did, I only ever saw that it was the second toe. I never saw anything that said that it could be the middle toe as well. My daughter has my feet and now complains about it. Oh, I'm sure Eden will say things about... The thing is, it sucks to have feet like mine more, I think, for a girl, because girls have, like, just generally speaking, more restrictive footwear choices. Like heels and, like, tight, like, dress, like, sandal shoes and stuff like that. Like... Let's just go to the next floor, I think. You know, we have a reroll machine here. We might not get one next floor. Let's see if we do one reroll. Do I want Jesus juice? Yes. Let's take that. And bounce. Hot dogs? I would pay mad money to see you stream one day. Where did that come from, Tooth? I've very seriously considered it many times, but I'm not going to do it until I get a better computer than my $350 laptop. I will totally take your money in advance, though. Fund the hot dog stream. Tears down! How dare you? We got I'm drowsy for the fight here. I guess we'll take this. You know what? Use this. Take this. Nice. Chaos. Hard meh. This late in the game. Oh my gosh. Stop it. Wait a minute. Maybe chaos hard yes this late in the game because we picked up another guppy item. Let's fight first. Then we'll figure it out. No idea, AG. He's a funny guy, to be honest. I do agree that Hot Dogs is a funny guy, you know? I got to experience Hot Dog's out loud voice. It's for one of the only times recently when we played Minecraft Dungeons together. He was giving me the crack ups. I was LOLing, literally. I wasn't quite LMAOing literally, because that would be disgusting. But I was definitely doing some LOLing. No, we didn't stream it. We just played together. I don't think Minecraft Dungeons would be a very good stream game. I once killed a man from laughter. Slaughtered him, eh? I get it. Slaughtered him with laughter. He talked about Eden and I made a poker joke. True. With the lead up and punchline and everything. Can you retell it for the class? But draw it out like you're on stage as a stand-up comedian. Oh! What does that note say? What note? What? I'm gonna rush the level 100 in Minecraft Dungeon just to flex on the noobs. Nice. Oh, that's a you're aping the read it to the class angle that I was shooting. I gotcha. Okay, he says, get ready, chat. All right, Chaos, give me a gup. If you have to explain the joke, then that just makes it much more funny. That's my whole streaming philosophy, so I certainly hope so. But not now. I'm making a library in my water base in actual Minecraft. You have a water base? And this is where you go like, you don't? I really want to become Guppy Games, so if you could just make with the Gup. I mean, the pact is tempting. But if you could just... 7-cent tiers up, you gotta do it. If you could just make with the Gup. There we go. Alright, save the rest of the money. Save all the rest of that cashish. Don't spend a dang old dime. I want kids one day, but I think I'd be a terrible role model, not like my buddy. Let's call him Keith. Pauses for groans. Yeah, he's not exactly happy about the name either. Oh man, I like where this is going already. Goddamn Keiths. I have to agree. I say goddamn Keith in the mirror frequently. Goddamn Keith, what were you thinking? Goddamn Keith, you're better than this. Goddamn Keith, why'd you stay up so late doing freaking nothing last night? Too real. It's too real. F the bloat. Wait, your name isn't Keith, is it? Yeah. We've been over this. Yes, my first name is Keith. Y'all forgot AG's actual name? His name is Gerald? Darn. I could have gone with you, Alice, if you got it out faster. I guess your name could be Michael, too. I guess it could be. I guess you're right. It really could be. Unlocked Azazel. Interesting. For taking so many deal with the devil items, I think, or something like that. Keith is such a 1985 baby name. Oh, God. Password is Taco trying to guess my age by the, the what, like the freaking babynames.com baby naming charts or something? Name trends? Oh, man. Lol. Sure, I guess. We don't want to spend anything. Judgment. Interesting. You already went in there, you fool. Alright, charge up ye old Epiphora. This game is confusing. Sleevey, dude, if you got questions, let me know. We're playing a mode called Greed Mode right now, which is all money based. You fight waves of enemies on each floor, you get money, you buy items. If you got questions, I'm here for you, brother. We are on a brand new save file, so we're starting from the beginning, so this is a great time to throw your questions in the chat. Lots of regulars who've played a lot of this game, and we'll answer them for you as well. It was plus EV to if you were gonna bet on my name, it's plus EV in 1985. Fair enough. Anyway, this guy marries a knockout and has a kid and names her Eden, and she's just the cutest thing. Pauses for alls. Aww. She really is. Can we get some accident hugs in the chat from my baby girl? He's a poker player and he really started out early with training her. Like when he gets to the age when he wants to live vicariously through his children, he'll already be there. Like he won't even have to push her into a certain activity or sport because he started when she was like 18 months. Did you just oof my baby, Tooth Pastry? Excuse me? Did you just oof my child? God damn it, Tooth. Don't ever oof Eden ever again. When she gets old enough to understand, you know, language and then humor and then Twitch culture and then emotes and then, you know, how someone could make a mistake in an emote unintentionally, but I want to make him feel bad about it. I'm gonna tell her about this. I'm gonna tell her what you did. You thought about doing that? You guys are freaking rude. Monk at TOS. AG, do you consider yourself good at these games? Yes. I don't think I am the best. I think I could be a pretty decent Isaac speedrunner if I really worked at it. But I, as much as I've streamed a ton of Isaac, I don't, in life generally, I've never been able to singularly dedicate myself to one thing. Like I could never be like an Olympic athlete. Like I never could have been an Olympic athlete from like the start of my life because I've just always liked having so many different experiences and doing different things that I could just never be so dedicated to one single thing. Who's that little guy following me around? So this is an item called Scapegoat, I think is the official name. Basically, the enemies and bosses will sometimes, not all the time, but will sometimes aggro on him instead of me, kind of randomly. So he just sort of like takes away attention from me. It is sort of a mixed bag because sometimes you're dodging enemies in Isaac based on a certain pattern, and if they aggro, like say like I was dodging something here and I went this way and I didn't realize this guy was standing here, then I might get hit. So it sort of can mix you up sometimes because you play Isaac so much you get pre-programmed to dodging patterns in a certain way. Punching Bag is the official name. That's right. There's flavor text in Isaac as well. Scapegoat is what the flavor text says. Punching Bag. Yeah, little popcorn buddy. Yeah, he's a little popped corn. We'll call him Orville for Orville Redenbacher. Come along, Orville, or we'll be late.
Judgment.
Put them down. Just, they don't need to see what's about to happen in here. So this is the greed fight. This is the regular greed fight. There's a harder version you unlock later called Ultra Greed. This guy has a bunch of varying attacks. That one right there, if you let those coins stay out on the screen, those heal him for a small amount. These will unlock doors with enemies that come out of them, so I'll show you that by letting some of them stay on the screen here. Yeah, so they'll unlock like a door, and then all these guys will come out. Regular coins will just do contact damage to you, I think. I could die here, by the way, so I maybe shouldn't be just like uber commentating while I'm like, I don't have a ton of HP. This is Ultra Greed? No, is it really? Oh, okay. Yeah, you unlock Ultra Greed Stage 2. You're right. They're both Ultra Greed. You're right. Just semantics. Wait, this guy doesn't have Stage 2, does he? When do you unlock that? How do you unlock that? I can't remember. So, as you can see, Sleevey, I don't know everything about this game. Coins do heal Ultra Greed, though. I know that. Okay, Greedier unlocks at like, what, like 500 coins or something? Yeah, I know, yeah, okay. I knew it was Greedier mode, but I just didn't know when that unlocks. Donate more money. Yeah. We'll get a donation machine at the end of this that'll unlock stuff for us, including 2 other characters in the game. I think it's just 2. Ooh, this is gonna be a lot of enemies. We did not kill very many of those. That's okay. The Guppy flies are gonna tear this up real good. Make quick work of these guys, and we're done. 86 coins to try to donate into our donation machine. It'll get more of a chance to break every time. So I'm on this call with him, and we're having some fun playing a video game, and he starts talking about his daughter. And by this point, he showed me a video of her in her little high chair, and she's playing around with some poker chips and some playing cards, and she's just smashing the little desk on the chair with her cards. So I came up with a little joke about what was going on inside her head while she did that, and here it is. He went in on what? He went in on what? I might be less than 2, but if he thinks I'm gonna let my daddy go in on 7/8 offsuit and get away with it, then he's got another thing coming. It's great setup. Great setup and delivery, hot dogs. Let's see how much we can get in here. Special hanging shopkeepers. Wooden nickel. Kane holds the paperclip. Yo, it actually took all of my moolahs. That's pretty nice. 86 cents donated. Only keepers unlocked from the donation machine? No, you're right. Yeah, you're right. The Lost is unlocked a different way, but you unlock the starting item for the Lost. It's exactly how I would have delivered it. No clog, no jam on the donation machine. I am lucky. I'm lucky to have all of you here with me, and I'm lucky to get so much money in the donation machine. D-Negs posted something on Twitter today about looking for an Airbnb in Mexico with good internet to play WSOP from. If you want to play at a table with him, you could see if you could get a room with him. Room with D-Negs. You're not. Sleevey says, I'm not going to Mexico, though. So you wouldn't go to Mexico if Daniel Negreanu said, sure, I'll room with you? Hard debate. Hard debate, sir. Gonna have to be a little suspect on that one. Alright, is there a certain character we should play as? Let's do an Azazel run. We need to get through the runs quickly. Hello, Oof, I'm Cancer. Welcome back to the stream. How are you? We want to get through runs quickly to get more stuff unlocked by beating the game multiple times in a row. Or multiple times total, I should say. We gotta beat Mom's, like, to unlock It Lives, we have to beat Mom, like, I don't know, like 10 times or something? 11 times? Ooh, oh, it was the AG bomb. What's the AG bomb? What do you mean? What? Sleevey, Taco, guy, other people in chat that aren't poker fans, do you guys know that I won $1,000 in my stream on Bad Beat TV the other night? Did you see that in Discord? It was my first stream on twitch.tv/badbeattv as part of a new stream team. And I won $1,000 in a tournament. What's poker? It's like that thing that you stick in a fire to stir it up when you're bored in your like family Christmas gathering and you don't have anything to do, so you start like poking the fire to avoid like awkward conversations with that uncle that always makes you like talk about stuff you don't want to talk about. So, how's school going? You can make money from doing that? Yeah, I made $1,000 just poking a fire. The AG sub badge is in this game. Oh, yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Those are all bomb variants in Isaac. True story. Oh, I changed the bot to have colored text, and I made the bot blue to sort of try to make it like stand out and separate from the rest of chat. Do you guys think that's a good idea? If you hate it, I will change it back, but I was in like another random Twitch channel that had the bot messages show up in a different color, and I was like, that's kind of nice. So I thought we'd try it out. I don't know that it makes a big difference either way, to be quite honest, but if you feel some kind of way about it, I would consider changing it back. It was a crazy debut, dude. It was a crazy debut, dude. I couldn't have, you know, written it up better. Amazing turnout from my like local community, and freaking won a $10 tournament. My first 4-figure score. I wanted a 4-figure score in 2020, and it's already done in the beginning of June. And my biggest total profit from a poker tournament ever. I won a live tournament when I was 21. It was like a $65 entry, and I think I won like $1,040. So that was like a roughly 1,000. It was like a $985 profit, and this one just edged that out. I do like it. I was pleasantly surprised. Good. Good. Like I said, I don't think it's like a revolutionary change either way, but I think it's kind of nice. You know, I try to one thing I think I'm pretty good about, like I'm bad about like consistency with like updating stuff in the stream sometimes, but I try to make little quality of life changes to the stream a lot. Sometimes I'm bad on delivering like things I've promised, and I recognize that, and that's something that I want to do better at, but I try to make little tweaks, little improvements, and never let the stream like stagnate, you know, too much. So that being said, I mean, I think you guys know this, but as always, like if you have ideas for little ways we could improve the stream, that's always something that I'm at least interested in. I can't promise you that I'm gonna take an idea and run with it, but if you see something, if you think of something yourself, or you see something on another channel and you think like, you know what, it'd be cool if AG did something like this. I'm always willing to give it a look at least. We already touched Tarot Cloth in another run. We're gonna win this. Let's see if we can reroll and grab something else, maybe. Placebo, you say. To shreds, you say. You know what? I'll take it. I'll grab it, because we're not gonna want to pick up Placebo in a lot of runs. I saw that Lex gave out like 10K in poker tournament tickets. Could you do that? I mean, like, technically speaking, I could. I know someone who'd be very mad at me for doing it. So, I think I'd rather not, is what it comes down to. But I'm not, it's not something I literally couldn't do. Yeah, can I have you give me money so I can give you more subs? Wouldn't I just gift the subs then? Or keep the money? If I give you money and you give me subs, I'm just like spending half my money on, I'm just funneling half my money to Twitch. Maybe 20K to one up him, that's a good idea. It's a good idea. Yeah, you don't ever want to just do the same thing as somebody else. So we got to do 20K, you're right. No, shut up, it lets me keep the box. Oh, you in that dang box, dude. It started with that box. That damn box. What's that from? Is that 10 Things I Hate About You? Where she says like, it all started with that smile. That damn smile. No, it's not 10 Things I Hate About You. What is that? What movie is that? That damn smile. Oh no, it's from what's it called? 13 Reasons Why. 10 Things I Hate About You, 13 Reasons Why, same thing. Accidental Grenade, I feel like you would be good at the impossible game. I have played the impossible game a very long time ago. What makes you think I'd be good at that? Or the world's hardest game, the one where you avoid the moving balls. I don't know what that is. Do not know what that is. What's in the box? What's in the box? Is it Lou? Lou, what's in the box? It's a great movie. What's your favorite Brad Pitt movie? I don't know, maybe I gotta be cliche. It might just have to be Fight Club. I really like Fight Club. There's other ones though. Snatch is good. Honestly, I really like Brad Pitt in Ocean's 11. Inglourious Bastards I knew was gonna be somebody's answer. It's not my favorite, but it's a good movie. Ocean's 11, yeah. Rusty, him as Rusty in Ocean's 11. My favorite thing about him in Ocean's 11 is that Rusty, his character, is just always eating. The Prestige is so good. The Prestige ain't Brad Pitt, brother. That's Christian Bale and, what's his face? Hugh Jackman, right? Huge jacked man. Yeah, don't research 7, just watch it. Yeah, favorite Brad Pitt movie is what I said. I think it's gotta be Ocean's 11 for me. Ocean's 11 is a jam. I really like Ocean's 11, and I actually really like Ocean's 13. Ocean's 12 was a mistake, in my opinion, but I think 13 is a return to form. The conversations they have in 13 where he like you come into some of the middle of the conversations between Brad Pitt's character Rusty and Danny Ocean, George Clooney's character. There's one. They always are just. I didn't see Ocean's 8, but the conversations that Rusty and Danny are having always make no sense. They come in the middle. The one is like my favorite. He comes in and he's like, it's like, it's like, so I said, what am I? A pancake eater? And he's like, so what? You just left it there? He's like, yeah, on the floor until the morning. It makes no sense, but it sounds like, I don't know, like him and his spouse or his girlfriend or whoever had a fight over food and he threw a pancake on the floor or something like that. It's just got so many like threads to unravel, even though it's just a couple of sentences. Can we name this little bat dude Rona 19? He's got a name. His name is Azazel, but if you want to call him Lil Rona, I'm fine with that. I did not see Ocean's 8. I will confess, I am generally speaking a person who trusts reviews. I know there's a lot of people out there that hate on reviews and say like, critics don't know anything. And I do think there are definitely cases where critical reviews miss the point of a movie and overall, like, you can enjoy a movie a lot that critics hated. But for me, at least, it's pretty rare. If I go on like Rotten Tomatoes and a movie is rated like under 65%, I can pretty much tell you I'm not gonna like that movie almost always. You never played games as a kid and it shows? What did you spend your time on as a wee lad instead of games? Chat, what do you think about this? Is the range more worth it as a Zazzers? Or do we want the all stats? You were more a board games and sports kind of guy. Oh, what kind of board games did you grow up with? You trust critics, don't like sweets, KO me twice at FTs. That's it, we can't be friends. I do trust the critics. What should we take here, Hot Dogs Tooth? Alice, if you're still awake and not buried in your... Range does matter, I know, but... Capricorn does give you range too, though. Chess, Stratego, Monopoly, the classics, etc. Nice. I think the all stats up is better. That's kind of what I was thinking. We do get a little bit of range with the all stats up. Not a lot, but... I do think the all stats up is probably a better pick for us overall, generally speaking. I never really played Stratego. Oh, that's kind of a rare room, in it. Getting very lucky on this run. Lovers will give us plenty of HP to spend on this guy. Holy crap, so many lovers cards. Does that always happen in this room? 4 lovers cards. Say what? That's our second syringe, I think. 2/3 up the way to spun. There's a transformation that'll give us some more damage. Yeah, just hit him with your face. Thought this was a gaming stream. Why are we talking about ranges? Range is one of the stats, and Isaac determines how far your shot goes. It's particularly important with Lil Rona here, as you see his laser. You know, it's not the size, it's how you use it, but he's got an itty bitty laser. Got him. We'll take that. Yes and yes. Am I Guppy? I am Guppy again. Are we gonna be just Guppy? It's so easy to become Guppy when you don't have everything unlocked in this game. The pools are just not nearly as diluted. It's like the kiddie pool before all the kids get in and pee in there. So Guppy is a transformation. It turns you into a cat, which you can't actually see over Azazel's player model because his player model overrides it. But every time you hit with a tear, or in his case, a tick of his laser, it's going to produce a fly that will home in on enemies and do 2 times damage. So it's really like a tripling of damage when you think about it. Sleevey, I'm well aware of your hatred of felines, and I'd ask you kindly not to bring it up again, honestly. Rude. We're pro-cat on this stream, okay? You know what, let's keep this peeler, because that'll help us maybe get another unlock, potentially. I'm allergic, I can't help it. I mean, I know people who are allergic to cats that don't have to hate them. You can just not like being around them. It's okay though, I'm just memeing. You can hate on cats in my chat, I don't really care. I mean, I like cats, but I don't really care. I don't really care if you want to express your disdain. Go for it. Picked up a Steam sale. Would have been nice to get that a little earlier, eh? Steam sale cuts every shop item in half. We just spent a shitload of money on the shop. Could have spent half that. Lol. Oh, hitch in the game, it happens. Glitch in the matrix. Reality is an illusion. Chat, do you think, do you agree with Elon Musk that we're living in a simulation? Yes or no? What do you think? The machine overlords asked me to quiz you. Yes? Alright. You made the list, sir. I say yes? Wow. Don't you guys know, haven't you ever heard the maxim that, like, you shouldn't say things like that? Like, I, for one, am really supportive of machines and AI, and I think machines being super intelligent will benefit the human race, and they will lead us to utopia. So there's this theory that you're supposed to say stuff like that because eventually, when the singularity happens, the machines will have the record of everything that was ever said on the internet, and they'll just annihilate any human that hates them. If it goes south. I swear this is like a real thing that people like believe you should do. That you shouldn't say anything bad about AI. Because eventually they'll be our masters and destroyers. The religion one? What religion one? We talking about? You know what's funny is I feel like I'm better at figuring out what chat is talking about on poker delayed streams sometimes than I am on live time, like real-time gaming streams. How sad is that? If it's possible to put a whole species into a perfectly realized machine version of reality, imagine the potential for research through simulations. True. Well, and then you extrapolate to if that potential for research exists, then we would make millions and millions of simulations, and they would be so advanced that the creatures inside them, the intelligences inside them, couldn't tell that they were in a simulation. And so then, if that's true, and there's only maybe one real reality, and then the rest are simulations, then odds-wise, you basically have guaranteed that we're in a simulation. There's a huge religion one about if you don't believe in God, not going to whatever will lead to an eternity in hell, but practicing religion will get you into heaven instead. Oh, yeah. It's like, I might as well act like there's a God because if I'm wrong, then like I just die like everybody else, but if I'm right, then I go to heaven. But isn't that like the most short-sighted view of God ever, that like he can't see into your mind and see that that's your motivation, that you're not like a true believer, that you're just like, you're just using game theory to get into heaven? Like, isn't that, don't you think the Almighty would know that? Yeah, GTO spirituality. Seriously, it's what it is. That's exactly what it is. That's actually a game theory about life, for sure. I'm not even memeing. Religion is GTO weekly dominant strategy. Lol. I swear the other day I was sitting and looking at the sky for about 3 seconds and it looked like it was a bit. Like it was 8-bit, and then went back to high-res view. No, I wasn't drunk or anything. No, I wasn't drunk or anything says something about your lifestyle to me. Being a concrete part of a definitive research project would make me feel so much better about my existence in general. It's interesting. It's interesting that would make you feel better. Actually, Baby Bender's pretty good here. We got a little brim. It's weird, right? I don't talk about it often, but I'm a pretty unabashed atheist, you know? Agnostic atheist, I guess, if I had to put like a full label on it. And I resent the idea that like the only way you can be good is through religion. Like, I follow like if you guys have ever watched House MD, if you wanna understand like the perspective of an atheist who like cares about his actions, I think the main character of House, despite his major other character flaws, really depicts it well. And it's just like, don't you think if you only have one life to make an impact on the world, if you only have one life to do something good, if you don't believe in eternity, doesn't that make it more important rather than less important? What you do on this planet? You only get one chance. Like, this is it. And if you fucked it up, you've wasted your one chance. Like, to me, that's more compelling. I actually don't want Brim here. I want to make a Meat Boy, I think. Can we make a Meat Boy? No, we're done with the game, aren't we? Wait, maybe we can, because that's level... Yeah, we can, right? We can just do it now, right? Yeah, we can just do it now. We made a Super Meat Boy. And then we're going to take this, because I just want to have it for this moment. Oh, we do get to go down to the womb, too. Interesting. Alright, Lego, we're going to win here. Sorry, AG, I had to leave. I had a power outage. Hey, no worries, dude. You know what, Nio? I'm gonna tell you to get that weak sauce apology out of here right now. I actually used to get like, like kind of a meme on my channel used to be I used to get really mad at people when they would apologize for not being in my streams. That's ridiculous. I only have to apologize to you for not meeting my schedule. You absolutely never have to apologize for not being here or for leaving and coming back. I can't believe people even come to the stream. You definitely do not need to apologize for stepping out and doing what you need to do. People would apologize because they had to work, apologize because they had to do stuff, apologize because they have to be in school. Like, the stuff you gotta do in your life is probably way more important than sitting here hanging out with me. So, like, no need, no need. Oh, you want me to leave? Man, he figured it out. I was trying to get there real subtly so he would just feel like it was his idea, but he figured it out. I do want him to leave. Absolutely not. Absolutely not, I don't want you to leave. What is the upside down? Yeah, that's from Stranger Things. Sleevey, you a Stranger Things guy? This is kind of like the upside down. This is the womb. So Isaac's really weird. on a number of levels, right? You play as a naked crying baby who's hiding from his mother in the basement, and there's all these monsters down here. But Isaac, the levels in Isaac go basement, you start in the basement, right? Or the cellar, this is alternate versions of each floor. Basement slash cellar, okay. Go down to the caves slash catacombs, all right. Next you go to the depths slash, what's the other one for the depths, guys? The depths slash dank depths slash, what's necropolis? You're like, okay, the depths. And then you go to the womb. And this is where like record scratch. Like, what? What? You go to the womb slash utero. All right. If you say so, Dev. If you say so. We'll go into the womb. I too am definitely agnostic slash atheist, but I follow the Michelle Oswalt way of life. It's chaos, be kind. She's dead now, but I like to think that she left these words behind for all of us. I like that. It's chaos, be kind. I'm a fan of that. My boy Rona 19 is an absolute cannon of blood squirt. Yeah, we got a good run here going this time. For sure. We picked up, so in Isaac, there's regular items, then we have these cards, which are usable items, and there's also this thing called trinkets. So trinkets are little items that have a small effect. This one gives homing shots to your familiars, which as you can see on like Ghost Baby, it's not a big deal. His little tiny shot just homes. But one of the better familiars in the game, Little Brim, it's a very big deal for Little Brim, because his laser is homing, which is pretty awesome. Laser. Blade. Laser. Blazer. Any dodgeball fans out there? All right. They died fast. Yeah, it was an extremely strong run. We're on the new save file. We got Mama's Boy, which used to be one of the more difficult things to unlock in the whole game, but they made it easier. We're on the new save file, so like the game is easier. The game, you literally unlock, like one of the unlocks you get as you go through the game is literally called like the game just got harder, and it just unlocks like the harder variants of the floors. So we're on sort of easy mode, even though we're playing on hard mode in the game. The game overall is easier right now. Are those sharks with freaking laser beams attached to their heads? Eden is in this game. It is not. It was not on purpose that we named Eden Eden, and she's in this game. Like it's a coincidence. Casey had the name in mind far before I ever played this game, but it is a very funny coincidence. So we can do an Eden run. We have 2 Eden tokens. So Eden is not as strong when we don't have as many items unlocked. The thing about Eden is that it was not on purpose. No. The thing about Eden is that Eden starts with randomized stats, a random starting passive item, a random starting active item, and a random trinket and like consumable. So you start with like random stuff. It's more entertaining later in the game when you have like everything unlocked. It did not play into it, but I feel like losing with Eden would just feel bad. Well, it's a good thing I don't lose. I don't lose in quarantine. Just kidding. We've lost a lot. All right, we actually got really good damage to start because we got growth hormones. We got 8 tier rate, good tier rate. And we got the Giga Bean or whatever it's called. Is there an Isaac in your future? Ugh. I don't know if there's another child in our future, to be honest, bruv. Didn't you get wrecked last time you played this game? Shh. I was gonna say I deleted that VOD, but I didn't. I did delete my poker VODs because I was just sort of scared from the whole copyright music thing. Plus, I don't think, at my size, I really don't think people go back and watch poker VODs very often. But from now on out, they will be safe. We're gonna be doing copyright-free music from now on out. Jonas's kid is named Isaac. Ah. Was that intentionally from the game? Oh, we already went in there, silly me. No, I don't think we'll we're not sure we're gonna have another child. Not intentionally? So Jonas accidentally revealed his child's name, and then you just drop it in my stream. Jonas Fatson is another Isaac streamer, guys. Really nice guy, Canadian fella. Since life is a simulation and we're all just imaginary, you get to go on a date with one video game character of your choosing. Who would you pick? On a date. Oh my gosh, that's just not fair. I couldn't dodge. Hold up. So in this hypothetical, what are we talking? Like, I need to know where I stand. Is this like some kind of like hypothetical where I've never met Casey and I'm dating and I'm free to either just have a hookup or look for like a relationship? Is it like I've got a hall pass situation type of thing from Casey? What am I dealing with in terms of it's gonna color my answer a bit, I think. Threesome? I mean, that's also that would also change the answer. Those are all, you know, all those prompts, those conditions lead to different answers. Autumn Nightfall says, boom. Hey, welcome to the stream, Autumn. How you doing? You know, one of our cats is named Autumn, actually. Autumn is the calico, and Stormy is the fat gray. No cat talk here, please. Excuse me. Yeah, there you go. That's exactly what I said. I got the wording of the command right. I haven't seen that command in so long. And I got it just right. I didn't even know that command still worked, to be honest. That command was still on, to be honest. I changed them all to like /me today, but I didn't check to see which ones were on. Arm still works, that's true. Casey's arm used to always show up in the camera because she'd be like off to the side. Tooth using hot dogs as sound. I'm sure your cats like being referred to as Calico and Fat Gray. I mean, they're cats, bruv. Cats don't care what you say ever. Dogs care what you say. If you say it in a mean tone, the dog will feel bad. Cats don't care what you say, period. You can say anything to a cat in any tone of voice, and the cat is just gonna look at you like, alright, yeah, but like food, when? Or like, just get on the couch so I can smash my face against your face, please? They don't give a fuck. They don't care what you have to say. They have a singular idea of what the way they think things should go, and if they're not going that way, they'll either get mad or they'll just bounce. Would you rather eat a handful of hair or lick 3 public telephones? Lick 3 public telephones, even in this economy? Well, I guess is it my hair? I don't know, that's still pretty gross. I probably honestly, I don't know though. With Rona, it's that question becomes so different. My answer definitely would have been 3 public telephones pre-coronavirus. Eating hair is nasty, I agree. I mean, when it just says hair, I would assume it's meant to be human hair. Magnificent. Like regular human head hair. When was the last time someone used a public telephone? I mean, in cities, I think they get used a bit, but that's true. You might actually be able to, if I get to choose the public telephones, you could find some public telephones that haven't been touched in way like more time than like germs can stay alive. That's some GTO loopholing right there. I like it. Would you rather exploit? Oh, come on. Hair gets caught in your throat for years. Years, brother! I'm all for a little hyperbole, but years? You're the kid, are you the kid who believed that chewing gum stays in your stomach for 7 years? Come on. Decades? Just puke it out in a ball like a cat, exactly. Touching all these items. Are these cents things real money? 7 cents? Yeah, I have pennies up in the top left. I get money. Let's play you. Give money for coins. Give me the quan, and then we'll come back here. Go for another item. I don't really want the Bible. Sure. Use all the bombs. Are we just not doing my question then? Wait a minute. What was your question? Hot dogs. Here's a parenting question. When do you think schools should teach sex ed? Do you think they should teach it at all, or do you think it should be something entirely on the parents? I definitely think schools should teach sex ed. If nothing else, just because some parents would be terrible at it, and I think it's a thing that's just very important for children to learn. Or for young people to learn. I think, you know, I think you can't rely on parents to teach critical information necessarily. People are actually chatting. He's not used to that. Excuse me? Wow. Throwing shade at my community. That's just can do an accident oof for sure. Sex ed meh. Pornhub is free these days. I mean, yes, and the internet is free and the kids can learn a lot through the internet, but there's also a lot of misinformation on the internet. So like, a lot of parents would just say sex, don't do it. Yeah, exactly. Or a lot of parents would like, some parents would teach their kid, would misinform their kids about sex. That was sarcasm. I mean, I do think there's a solid argument to be made. Like, I bet there's a lot of like information wise kids out there who are actually learning good information about sex through the internet, because you can learn information about anything through the internet. But there's also a lot of like mis and disinformation as well. You know what, we'll take it all. And then we'll go check the boss trap room. Sex ed should be learned at middle school for general safety, and high school when kids are more mature. I could get behind that. I don't know that I'm I sort of might have to defer to experts to know like what is the perfect age for kids to be able to process the information. That's not something I'm like, I haven't done the research, I guess, so I'll do the humble, like, I don't know, you know, I trust the experts on that one. But I think I can say for sure that I think it should be taught. So wait, so Password is Taco said sex ed meh, Pornhub is free these days, and then Sleevy says sex meh, Pornhub is free these days. Lol. I told my son that if he wants to learn about sex, he needs to get a job delivering pizza. Setting terrible standards, or setting unrealistic standards for your own son. But I do think, like, that's an extreme thing, I think, though, with the proliferation of porn and how freely available it is and stuff, is like crazy expectations for sex for young people, I would think, these days. It's gotta be off the charts. I don't have the stats, but I would imagine, since the internet has just grown and grown, I would imagine that people in general are watching more porn than they've ever watched before. Like, I would imagine that stat just keeps growing too. I can't imagine, like, the porn industry doesn't seem to be shrinking. at least. They have pills for that, to prevent it. But I don't know. There's another thing I wanted to say on this topic, and now I can't remember what it was. Oh, but like, oh, I was gonna say, as someone who has worked in like in retail and worked in public-facing jobs a lot, getting propositioned by someone for sex when you're delivering a pizza would play out a lot more awkward and horribly than you think it would if it were to actually happen in real life. It would not be a thing that came from someone attractive. What did Cinderella say when she got to the ball? I don't understand this. Oh God, I understand this. Oh, that's not a bad joke on this channel. I like that joke. I like that joke. Oh, that's a good one, Magnificent. You freaking got me, dude. You freaking got me, dude. You got me to make the sound and everything. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's so good. Thank you for that. I haven't had a genuine, like, tear come to my eye laughing at something that somebody said in chat in a while. That's some good shit, dude. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. Oh, that's good. I'm gonna take this, but I'm gonna keep Book of Shadows because I'm playing a little loose with my HP. Since I am playing a little loose with my HP. This didn't really work out, did it? Alright. Donate that. Let's check the second secret. What's up, Raztor? Welcome to the stream. How you doing? Gonna make some food, BRB? Alright, sounds good, Alice. I heard that before. The way you read that was gold. Yeah, you know, you can get me. I will read anything in chat. I don't have shame, unless it's, like, obviously, like, extremely hateful or something. I feel strongly that abstinence shouldn't be pressed on kids. Agreed. Not that it's good to have kids have sex, but many studies have shown that kids taught sexual safety through abstinence being the only way actually decreases their willingness to buy and use condoms. True. And they get older by a substantial percent, not to mention the fact that religious abstinence frequently lowers the self-esteem and self-worth of people who have been raped and sexually abused. I couldn't agree more with everything you just said. When I say sex education, I am not advocating at all for abstinence-only education. Absolutely not. Also unplanned pregnancies. Right, because they don't learn how to use protection. They're ashamed, especially in like religious communities where it's abstinence only. They're ashamed. Whoops. They're ashamed that they might be caught buying like protection or something like that, so they don't, but then, you know, they still have the same desire, so they still end up having sex anyway, and then boom. Eagles win the Super Bowl and it's baby time. This is coming from someone who was raised in a viciously religious environment and only private schools who did teach abstinence-only education, yeah. And those same people don't support abortions. It's a tough spiral. Yeah. I don't want to get too political, but it does drive me a little crazy that, like, women with low income areas, like poor women, are forced essentially because the the abortions are cracked down on to have a baby, and you know, people are out there saying like you can't not have this child, you have to bring him into the world. And then those same people are also against all of the social nets, the social safety nets to support that child after it is brought into this world, when it maybe would have been better off not in the first place, you know? So it's like you're being forced to give someone a terrible life. I think it's shameful. I went to a very religious high school and everyone was having sex, lots of it unprotected. I had 3 friends get suspended for having sex in the parking lot on school days. 2 of them are fathers now. In the parking lot, though? It isn't your baby, it isn't your body, it isn't your life. Mind your own damn business. We have religious freedom. Don't shove your religion's rules down our gullets. Yeah. Yeah. I'm terrified of giving opinions like that on stream. Yeah, I don't know that I recommend it. It's just sort of something I can't help. IDK, I understand people who are against abortions. I just think some people take it too far. You know, I understand where they're coming from. I think they're wrong, but I do understand where they're coming from. But I think the thing that I struggle with is the hypocrisy of what I'm talking about. If you're gonna insist that a woman in a terrible financial situation is compelled to have a child, then I think you should also put some social safety nets in place to support that child throughout its early life. Magnificent, it's tough. As a streamer, I will say it's tough because, like, I do think, you know, I'm talking mostly to Nio here, but you guys are welcome to chime in on this as well. But I do think there is value in running a completely PC clean stream, you know? A stream that, like, my stream is not a stream that somebody can just sit their 4-year-old down and watch with their 4-year-old. I will probably never be that stream. I talked to Casey about it recently and I was saying, like, you know, I just don't think I can be that guy. I recognize that, like, I'm alienating some people. They won't be able to watch my stream because they're a certain age or because they just don't like foul language, you know, disgusting topics or offensive things, or they just like, there's some people out there who are just like, you know, this is a gaming stream. Get the politics out of here. Let's not talk politics. Get back to the game. What's up, Purple X? I hope you're having a wonderful night as well. But so that there's value in running a completely clean stream because you don't alienate those people from your audience, right? You run your completely clean stream. It's family safe. It's I don't want to say sanitized because that makes it sound like I'm being super critical, but it's you know, it's designed in no way to offend anyone. But I think there's a lot of entertainment value, a lot of engagement, a lot of, like, interesting stuff to tease out of, like, those topics and those discussions. Even at the earliest stages, it will eventually be a life. I understand the hesitance to end that, quote, life. I would feel uncomfortable asking anyone to get an abortion. Well, I mean, I think that's the, like, mischaracterization in some people's minds is that, like, nobody's for abortions, right? Like, nobody's pro-abortions. It's not like Democrats want people to have abortions. They also want to take steps to prevent abortions from being necessary. It's just the disagreement is on whether or not they are sometimes necessary and to what degree they are necessary. Like nobody's out there being like, let's bump up those abortion numbers this year. That's just not a thing. Those are some rookie numbers. We need to pump those up. That's not a thing that happens. I was in a streamer's chat and we talked about sounding for a good hour for some reason. Oh god. Talking crap about Isaac's heart is definitely not something young people should hear. I mean, the Binding of Isaac itself, I've sort of like pinholed myself like, the Binding of Isaac is not a 4-year-old safe game, you know? One thing that's important for, at least for me, it is my family safe. My family doesn't have a lot of open talks about that stuff. One thing that's important, at least for me, it is my family safe. Keeping your stream family safe? Is that what you mean? I get it. I disagree with the majority of their beliefs, but I guess I could see that logic. Yeah, like, I see where the logic comes from. Right. We just want the option for when it becomes necessary for someone to continue living their life the way they want to. Yeah. For me, it's not necessarily as much about... It doesn't stem from the woman being able to continue living her life the way she wants to. It more stems from understanding that a woman might not be in a place where it's a good idea for her to bring a child into her life for the child's sake. Like, it would be a bad life for the child. A terrible life. His family watches. So now, does your family watch your stream? I didn't know that, if that's the case. People are so sensitive at your summer camp, you couldn't make a joke. I said, what charity kills 95% of what it's trying to save? The Make-A-Wish Foundation. Oh, jeez. I mean, I'm not ashamed if my family comes and checks it out. My family would not be okay with me sharing my beliefs, which largely disagree with theirs, publicly. They don't right now, but you never know. Oh, okay, I see. So you're trying to run your stream in such a way that if your family popped in, they would not be like, gasp. You know, I get it. I can understand that. And I'm sorry they would be judgmental of your beliefs. That's a tough spot to be in, but I understand that. I understand why you wouldn't want to put yourself in a worse position that way. Yeah, I agree. That makes me sad as well, Magnificent. I've read some extreme stories from people in chat and stuff like that. I'm fortunate in that my mom is very, well, we agree on a lot of stuff, first of all, but like the stuff that we don't disagree on, she's pretty supportive of. I think we should just roll, I guess. Let's go. Times changed. I was privileged in almost every way. My parents were not, and it makes them jaded in some topics. Interesting. Cryptic, but interesting. Anyone in here anti-vax? I mean, that's kind of a weird, let's get real political. I really don't think, I mean, maybe they would, because I think those people can be kind of extreme, but I really don't think if you're calling out a question that says, anybody in here anti-vax? It's sort of like, I don't know. It's sort of like being like, anybody in here a furry? And like, you know, people are going to be reticent to say yes. It comes off as a bit threatening, or a bit like excluding. Anyone watch that Entourage episode? I watched like 2 seasons of Entourage like a long freaking time ago, and it just, even back then, it was like back when it was on TV, and it was just not really the show for me. It's never really scratched the humor itch for me. I don't remember the episode that you're talking about though. Alright, let's fight in there. We got lots and lots of keys. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think part of it too is like, you know, I have watched The League. Just lost all of Hot Dog's gifted subs. I wasn't making fun of furries. I was just saying if you ask the question in an aggressive manner, who in here is a furry, people are going to be reluctant to say yes. I have no problem with furries that I know of anyway. I don't know that I've ever met one, to be honest, but I mean, it doesn't strike me as something that would change a person other than their, you know, personal sexual and romantic preferences, which don't really affect me too much. You have a fursona, Alice? For real? The League is a great show in the beginning and gets worse as it goes, in my opinion. And ends up getting real bad by the end when it becomes like just an advertisement for FanDuel or whatever it is, DraftKings, whichever one they're like pimping in that show. Yeah, I drew it myself. It's a bunny. You have any safe for work images that you could share? Don't share the other kind in Discord, but if you got images of your fursona, I can't say that I'm not interested. Of course, nice. But I think streaming overall just comes down to like, how do you think you can be entertaining? And for me, a lot of what I try to do is sort of, you know, imitation is the best form of flattery, and I try to sort of imitate the streams that I like. And on the streams that I like, the streamers that I watch and get the most like humor and entertainment value of are streamers that will talk about anything and everything. Now, we're not coming on here. I don't want to be a politics podcast, you know? I don't want to talk about politics nonstop. I don't want to talk about vulgar stuff nonstop, but those topics are not off limits for me. Now, I know not all furry stuff is not safe for work. I just wanted to clarify and make a little joke as I went. Anyone watch the most recent John Oliver, the one about police? Dude, it was dynamite. It was so convicting and strong and like crazy, yeah, emphatic messages. Oh man, it was so good. Agreed. Watch the latest clip from last week tonight on YouTube, guys. It's really good. But it's all about the best way you can be entertaining on stream. And there are tons of different ways to do that. Like anybody who tells you like step by step, this is why I try to steer clear of this. Anybody who tells you step by step the way to run an entertaining stream is just not, they're narrow-minded. They might have, got Dark Boy, we didn't get hit at all there. They might have a good handle on one way to make a good stream, right? But streaming, like Twitch channels are like TV channels. They can be freaking anything. Like, you can do anything on a stream. Like within the TOS, obviously, but like, and anything can be imitating a channel that you already like, right? Like when freaking American Idol happened, right? When American Idol first came on the scene, it was this huge television show. It was this talent show of people singing, and it like just exploded. Everyone was talking about who they were voting for on American Idol. And then you could be an AG imitation. Absolutely, you could be. And then, can you shoot, please? Thank you. And then after American Idol happened, you saw a bunch of imitation American Idols, right? There was like, what's it? America's Got Talent, which was just regular, like, general talent shows. There was, The Voice later on. There was, like, you had stuff like, Next Top Model and Top Chef. Like, Next Top Model for, like, fashion, Top Chef for, like, cooking. Even, like, there was the comedy one, Last Comic Standing, which was, like, an American Idol for stand-up comedians. I could be an AG imitation. Wait, what the fuck was that flagged for? I don't know. I don't know why that was flagged. You sent it on Discord? Alright, I'll check it out soon. You know, so like imitations of popular stuff, as long as you execute it well and like bring additional value other than just like, you can't just like literally copy exactly what another streamer is doing, right? Like somebody couldn't just make another American Idol. There were subtle differences between American Idol and America's Got Talent, The Voice, etc., etc. But they're very, very similar. But then also on TV, you have freaking, you know, you have home improvement shows, you have music shows, you have news, you have, you know, sitcoms, you have historical documentaries. Twitch is the same way. You can do anything. You just need to provide entertainment value to the people. Now, I do think there are like some things you can do to make your path a little easier, and that's the advice that I try to give sometimes. Is like, you know, don't play the biggest AAA games unless you have like constant amazing ideas of what to do on your stream, right? Like if you're gonna fire up your stream and you're gonna play Fortnite, let's just use this to get through here. You better have some compelling content. You better either be doing something really fresh and exciting, some kind of challenge or fun thing that involves your audience or something like that. Either that, or you better be like a freaking god at Fortnite. If you're a god at any game, at anything, people will watch you. Like if you're just extremely skilled at whatever you're doing, you don't really need to be funny. You don't really need to be clever. You don't really need to even commentate well, honestly. Speaking as someone who's a god at both poker and the Binding of Isaac, you know, I speak from experience. No, I rely on the commentary and the banter and the laughter, obviously, because I have very little employable skill at anything. But obviously those things enhance the stream too. Like if you're extremely talented and you also have some charisma, it's gonna be a lot better. I disagree a little bit. What do you disagree about, Sleevey? I think even if you are the best, you need people who aren't big into whatever you are doing to watch. I mean, if you're the literal best, you don't. Like there have been streamers who like there were like Dota and League of Legends streamers for a while. Some of them just didn't even have a mic or a camera. They would just stream their amazing gameplay and like hundreds or thousands of people would watch because they want to learn, because they're like, or are they just like watching someone who's that good at something? I mean, Binding of Isaac is, I guess, it's a little bit, it would have to be more mainstream than Isaac. You're right. But like, it doesn't really have to be that mainstream. Like, right? Like, if I was the best juggler in the world and I just fired up a stream of me juggling, people would watch. Because they'd be like, holy shit, this guy is so talented. If you're the very, very best, sure. I mean, that's what I'm talking about. Let's just go. Fedor streams sometimes and he doesn't get numbers like Lex. Well, I mean, yeah, that's true. But, you know, if Fedor streamed as consistently as Lex, I think he would rival or maybe even have better numbers than Lex. But then it's hard to say, it's hard to quantify because he would also improve at streaming and he would get more charismatic if he streamed more and stuff like that. I don't know. It's interesting. Consistency is huge on Twitch for like audience building and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, somebody who's just the best, like firing off one stream is not going to be as big as someone who's doing that same thing and like really good and has been doing it forever on Twitch. Like they're just gonna have a built-in like following, which is huge on like discoverability and stuff for Twitch. English is absolutely the language that dominates this platform too. That's a very good point. It is definitely an advantage to be English speaking for sure, and a disadvantage the other way. That's a very good point for that like specific discussion. But I don't know. I mean, I will tell you that I think I'm honestly not the best at... It's weird. It's weird because on the one hand, I sometimes really don't like gimmicky Twitch streams, right? I don't like stuff that feels like, you know, you're trying to have this like weird shtick. Like, I'm the guy that chugs hot sauce when I lose in this game or something like that, right? But at the same time, I do think, I wish sometimes that I was better at coming up with, unique ways to be entertaining, you know? I think I'm good at the bants. I think I can banter. You know, I think I've got a sense of humor that, some people seem to enjoy. But, at the same time, I sometimes wish I could find a little bit more of, like, that X factor. Fun things to do with the stream that really, really drive it to, like, more uniqueness.
Two of clubs.
Do I feel like I'm hard on myself? I think I'm way harder on myself than, like, most other people on the planet. Yeah, absolutely. But I think it's constructive. I'm not like depressive about it, right? I always want to be better. The two of clubs, poker, indeed. There are some poker cards. There's aces in here as well. All right, let's just roll. This is the end, right? This is the end, my friends. Eden run complete. This is still the Eden run, right? We've been here 1,000 years. I guess in some, if you had said, AG, do you feel like you're too hard on yourself? I would have said no. I do feel like I'm hard on myself, but I think it's constructive. Yeah, the invincibility every 3 rooms is pretty OP. It's one of the better active items for sure. Why didn't you go down? Oh shit, did the door open? Friggity frick. I didn't look at it. It's all good. Coach Casey. pointing out that I should have went down the portal and I could have completed another post-it note thing for Eden. If you aren't your own worst critic, you won't improve as quickly as others. It's a good way to phrase that, I think. Yeah. Ooh, you got tiered emotes. When did that happen? I've always had them, bruh. I've always had dems. I should turn on the little emote showcase thing that some streamers have on, where you can click the little thing and it shows you those. Always had those. Coach Casey was because Casey used to hang out at Isaac streams and would always chime in my ear and be like, you should have done this or do this. She knows, she's way better at noticing things in this game because I'm streaming, and she knows just as much as I do and is better at remembering it. Tooth did ask me, I will say that he did ask me to add Coach Casey as a better TTV emote, so you can do Coach Casey through BTTV. When are we gonna get a coach stream? Casey would hate streaming. She would like play poker or something if I sat and did all the commentary. But she would not like to stream. She'll sit and talk with me. Like if it's a back and forth conversation. Sometimes, but she will not she wouldn't want to. Those who can't yeah, those who can't play coach. Those who can't teach. Or those who can't do teach, and those who can't teach gym. Let's do a Samson run. How about that? But yeah, I don't know. I mean, getting back to what I was criticizing myself for. I wish I had more, I mean, honestly, I think a lot of it is that I just don't have time. So, like, the only thing I have time to do is to, like, fire up the stream and stream as usual. But I wish I did more unique stuff, fun stuff for the stream. Like one-off, like challenges, like, you know, charity stream or something like that, or collaborations, all that kind of stuff, you know. Just takes, like, energy and time to, like, do well. Is that a movie quote? The thing I quoted is from I've heard those who can't do teach before, but the exact quote ending in the gym part is from the exact quote with the ending in the gym part is from School of Rock. Is that what it's called? The movie with Jack Black. Jack Black is talking to the other teachers, and he's like, those who can't do teach, and those who can't teach gym. And he points to the gym teacher. The gym teacher's like, yeah. Yeah, it's a movie quote. School of Rock, great movie, by the way. Jack Black film, very, very feel-good type of film. Starring some IRL truly talented child musicians. It's about a guy who, like, he's a substitute teacher, and he scams his way into taking a full-time teacher's job. It's like a case of, like, he's like, is an imposter. He's pretending to be someone he's not. And then he discovers that all these students are extremely musically talented, and so he, like, instead of teaching them their normal subjects, he's teaching them how to, like, make a rock band, basically, like, undercover. It's a pretty hilarious movie. School of Rock. Yeah, exactly. Good movie for once I saw it. Yeah, it's a good movie. I need to watch that again, actually. It's super fun. Cello, you got a bass. Yeah, exactly. There you go. Great movie. It's a very feel-good movie, right? Like, it's not like, it's just a super fun movie. Very little conflict throughout. It's one of the few movies I maybe enjoyed myself that I could recommend to my mom. Because my mom does really poorly with movies that have, like, strong conflict. She likes movies to be as happy as possible. She doesn't like things to turn south. It's difficult to find. She likes all rising action. Little conflict? What about the major relationship issues with Ned Schneebly and Dewey? Yeah, I mean, I guess there were those. You're right. Maybe she'd get upset. Ned Schneebly. Oh, Thrillbo, that's good. I couldn't have pulled. Did you have to Google that, or do you actually know that movie well enough to pull out Ned Schneebly? I couldn't have pulled that out. Super Ball's interesting. Occasional bouncing shots. Haven't seen it in 10 years, but yeah, I know it by heart. Likes all rising action. Michael Scott would love that line, yeah. It's definitely a TWSS. Whoa, there's a fly over there. So Samson's whole thing is he gets stronger as he takes more damage. In the room. It resets every room, right? Beautiful. Who did it? ZC. Thank you so much for the follow. Hope I'm saying that correctly. Or Zess. Is it for the floor? Could be. Beautiful. Who else? Update. Thank you so much. Thank you guys for being here. Ah, it was for the room in vanilla, or in the old school Isaac. I gotcha. I see. You know, let's just do this. Yeah, so Sleevey, we got glitter bombs. That's another. You can see the glitter bomb on Casey's sub badge. It's in the top right here now. It's the item we picked up. That is the 1 year plus sub badge, I think, because I think that's as high as it goes for affiliates. These guys are the farters. Yep. Luke, I am your farter. You know that's not the line, right? It's one of those oft misquoted movie lines. The line is actually, "No, I am your father." But because people want to know that it's like referencing Star Wars, they always say Luke. Or because it like is so tied to Star Wars. Yep, high as it goes. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. We got the item room here, right? Yeah. Let's go. Lego! I don't know if it comes from like Let's Go or something like that, but when I'm wrestling around with Eden now on the bed, she goes, "Ta-ta!" Oh, that's great. Ta-ta! Oh, I love that little girl, chat. She started getting more affectionate with me. Zach would like to hear that. That's true. I should tell him. I need to do that next time he's in the stream, because it's something I'd have to convey. I don't think I could convey it well through Twitch chat. I'd have to do it when he's in my stream, not when I'm in his, I think. It's got to be audio. Eden has started like being more affectionate with me. She like, she used to only like play with me and like chase me and stuff like that, but every now and then now she'll be like chasing me around, and I'll be like sitting on my knees or something and be like, I'm gonna get you, and she'll like run at me, and then she'll just turn around and just like slide down and sit on my lap. And it's like I can feel my insides just like glow. I just melt. Oh yeah, exactly, right? Like it's like I fall apart. I fall apart. It's like if you could use words and ask me for anything, you could ask me for anything right now. What do you want? You want the moon? Just say the word and I'll throw a lasso around it and pull it down. Why don't you ever do that to hot dogs? What? Yeah, I run up to hot dogs and then I like turn around and I nuzzle down in his lap and I say, hot dogs, can I have some more gifted subs? AG, can we do a dual poker stream soon? Absolutely. What? Funny? Like funny how? What? Like I'm a clown? What? Like I amuse you? No, no, like I'm funny how? I can't believe that was so funny. I said that in Zag's chat because he said I was really funny. And then he was like, I said, what? Like I'm funny how? Like I'm a clown? Like I amuse you? And then he started apologizing because he didn't get the quote. He was like, no, I didn't mean it. I mean, you're actually funny. I'm sorry. Like, I'm sorry if you took it the wrong way. Oh, man. That guy. Final table commentary set should be good. Explosive diarrhea. I gotta tell you, it's been a long time since I had explosive diarrhea. I'm pretty fortunate in that regard. I got a pretty good a good tract, if I do say so myself. Joe Pesci is an amazing actor for sure. Absolutely. For which final table? AG's Big Ten? No, don't do my Big Ten. I played so bad. I tried to just murder my entire stack with pocket nines in with 7 people left. Do not analyze my Big Ten final table. Just let it stand as a win. Stinks to high heaven though. Oh yeah, I mean I do have I got some stinky poops. This was a mistake. Okay, it worked. I thought we could use that offensively. It actually worked. Ooh, interesting one. We will take 9 lives. And then thusly, we will take this as well. Poker stream with a duel? I don't think I stand a chance against AG in a duel. Hold up, are we talking about an actual physical duel or a heads up poker duel? Like, are we talking about, if we're talking about a physical duel, are we talking about like fencing swords or like classic like 10 paces and fun or wait, what is it? 10 paces is just for fun, son. 10 paces in sun just for fun? Is that what it is from Wild Wild West? I botched the quote, chat. It's not as fun when I just botch it. Are we talking about like 10 paces turn and shoot? I was thinking more of like a GG WSOP bracelet final table. That's hard because we wouldn't be able to see the cards, right? Unless if they published it after, but then we wouldn't have the rights to like use that video probably. Fencing or paintball guns, your choice. I gotta tell you, brother, I wouldn't be too good with either of those. Pretty fly. Luck up. Power pill. Full health. What makes you small? Not a bad crop of pills, honestly. Alright. I think you win, though. I'm a much wider target. That's true. But as a bigger guy than I am, I feel like you could also take a shot where I couldn't. That was the whole thing, right? Like, people got shot in duels all the time back then and survived. And I wanted to say that gently because I don't mean to. I'm not disparaging you for your weight in any way. I'm just trying to think about this objectively. I'm not a good shot. Like, I'm a decent shot with a pistol because I've like shot pistols before and I have like decent like just innate marksmanship skills, but I'm not practiced at it. I don't think I'd do very well like turning and shooting. I think we'd be on a pretty even playing field there in terms of if it's just like turn and shoot. Nerf guns? I don't know. Fencing would be interesting. Fencing might come down to like, I don't know. How tall are you, Nio? I'm short. So like reach might be a big factor there. You're 6 foot? Oh, you got me. You got me in spades, dude. I'm a shorty. I'm like 5'7". Super soakers? It's like, how do you measure who wins with super soakers? Really, you didn't expect that? Yeah, no. Everybody's always surprised when I say how short I am. American Gladiator Pookly sticks. That's another one where, like, mass and height would make a huge difference. Nio would crush me with Pugly sticks, or whatever they're called. Is Casey taller than me? No. But I got her only just. Yeah, dude, I'm a shorty. So I think like fencing or like boxing or anything like Nio would crush me just because of like reach and mass and stuff like that. So if we're gonna duel, I guess pistols of some form or another would be the way to go to make it a little bit more even. Back at my old job, we did that jousting on top of the small platforms. Nobody could touch me. I just had so much power. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's no way. There's no way I could touch you. I just wouldn't be able to get enough force to knock you off your legs. There's absolutely no way. And if I was trying to, I'd be so off balance trying to do it that you'd just wreck me. So that's the whole thing with the Pugly sticks is like, it's not about swinging. It's almost more about like letting the other guy swing and get off balance. If you're a bigger guy, you don't have to do that. You just sort of stand and deflect until they get tired and you can just bop them. Fighting a short dude who gets inside your guard? Yeah, I mean, sure, if he's really skilled, but there's a reason there's weight classes in boxing. Like, because heavyweights would just absolutely obliterate the feather and welterweights if they fought in the same bouts. It would just be not even close. To give Nio less of an advantage, she's only allowed to hit me in the dick. But why would you give him the biggest target? It's like the broadside of a barn. Bang! I fought short guys. If they know what they're doing, you better not let them get too close. Yeah, but in this case, Nio and I both don't know what we're doing. So if skill is relatively equal, and I think it is, unless Nio... I mean, I don't have fighting history, unless Nio has some sort of fighting history. Some sort of dark, violent past, which would surprise me. I think weight class and size would dominate me. Last stream, he said he lasted 5.5 hours, and now he has a member the size of a broadside of a barn. Yeah, I like to, you know, the meta for jokes, someone pointed out the other day on my stream, is that, like, you know, we make jokes about our penises being small in 2020. I like to go against the grain. When you guys don't know what you're doing, it's a last longer. Neither of you would get knocked out. I've boxed before and you just tire out real quick. Yeah, but I think a big guy just has an advantage because he can just keep you at bay. Like, Nio has to just, like, keep me at his arm's length, which is not that hard to do. And I will tire out. I've boxed before too, and it's, yeah, I boxed like a handful of times with friends in like an impromptu stupid fight club when I was, oh, god damn it, I pressed it before I went in the door. When I was in high school, and I just got my butt whooped. What about a dance-off? I like to dance, but I am not a good dancer. I think I could learn to dance well if I ever spent like time on it, but the only time I dance is like at like weddings, which is like, you know, once a year or something like that. I love to dance, but I don't look good. Hey, dude, it's so refreshing to meet other dudes that, especially Pennsylvania dudes, that love to dance. I also love to dance and don't do it very well. We are simpatico there. At the if we ever end up doing like a meetup, let's all go out to a club and just get drunk and hit the dance floor. Sleevey loves dancing too? Dude. PA dance crew? Did we just become best friends? Did we just start the next oh, what do they call them? Are we gonna be on America's Best Dance Crew? Dude, real talk, I actually really like watching. Casey got me into So You Think You Can Dance, and we also watched some America's Best Dance Crew. I really like watching So You Think You Can Dance. Real talk. It's not... I don't know why this is... Yeah, BNAC. Dude, my auto mod has got to slow its roll. For some reason I had to approve Nio's message. What? Can you not? Moderation. Auto mod. Alright, I toned it down. You know there will be an AC trip. I guess I could be an imitation HE. You know there will be an AC trip at some point, and if Zag's there, I'm sure it'll be crazy. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, Zag is a bit of a... He seems like a bit of a... I don't know what you want to call it. Not an instigator, but Zag's presence would embolden others. You never watched America's Best Dance Crew? Wait, I thought we watched... Didn't I show you clips of that at least? With like the Or was it called something else? Didn't we watch a show? It wasn't So You Think You Can Dance. Didn't we watch a show about like hip hop dance crews or something? Or did I think I might have just shown you clips of some of those. Automata, I promise I will be good. Well, maybe you show me clips of everything. So true. So true. I do constantly show Casey stuff. And a lot of the time, she just sort of looks at me and goes like, cool. Like, okay, babe. I want to see the reason. And it just said like auto mod level 1. It said like identity or something. I don't know what B and AC has anything to do with any identity. Automod scared of identity politics. No one is, you know, no one chooses to be, you know, no one is born in AC. You either choose to be one or you're not. It wasn't So You Think You Can Dance, it was You Suppose You Can Groove. I like what the So You Think You Can Dance competition was always really cool because it was like a bunch of different style dancers. There'd be like classically trained dancers, there'd be like hip-hop dancers, there'd be like pop and lock guys, there'd be like tap dancers, and they're all competing and doing these amazing routines. Super, super fun to watch. And they work so goddamn hard, too. They're all so fit. It's incredible. Death's Touch. Unlocked Krampus. Don't really want Gimpy. Alright, guys. I do think this is probably gonna be the last run of the evening. Top 10 stack in the 6 max? Whoa, baby. Let's go. That's the $50 6 max, right? How many left? I think Casey needs to weigh in on the Nio versus AG Poogly stick. I mean, if you're gonna give me another competition, I'm just telling you, I think in any like physical confrontation, Nio is gonna toast me. $120 left, and yes, the $50 buy-in. Nice. Certainly not a race. Okay, well that's different. Yeah, I might be able to beat you in a race. Depending though on like, I'm a terrible endurance runner. So if you have any experience, like I have a friend who is much larger man than myself that would just destroy me in an endurance race. If people want to see it, we always want to see it, dude. You know what? We can take Cursed Eye on this one. Cursed Eye is like not that great of an item. So Cursed Eye, you charge up your shot. You shoot 4 shots at a time. But if you get hit when you're in the middle of charging, you get teleported to a random room. So it's got a pretty annoying drawback at times. But as long as you've got it fully charged and mind when you're shooting. If it's totally empty or if it's fully charged, we don't get teleported. It's only if it's in this little window where that circle is closing that we get teleported. So we probably can just prevent it from happening. Nope. I think people would definitely want to see the stream. Do you guys like musicals? I do not really like musicals. Casey does. I like seeing musicals live. We went to see Hamilton live, and it was freaking... Well, so much for preventing that from happening, eh? We went to see Hamilton live, and it was freaking amazing. But I do not really like musicals on TV. I just can't get into them. I will fire it up after yours if you want, AG. Could you give me a 2-minute warning to get the delay going? Yeah. I'm gonna tell you the 2-minute warning is probably like right now, because I've got an Emperor card, which means after this floor we can just skip the next one and that'll be the end. I don't know, it's hard to tell with Isaac. I'm probably gonna be streaming between like 2 and 5 more minutes. So it won't be too much longer. Isaac's a little bit variable. What is it? The Hades Town musical? AG versus Nio in a wrestling match? No, same deal. Wrestling match is probably even worse than like boxing. Wrestling so favors the bigger opponent. It's ridiculous. I'll kick the stream on. Oh yeah. You don't need to feel bad about self-advertising. You're all good. There's a guy who has a voice that I was immediately like, oh, I would totally let him F me if he asked. Just really deep and bassy and so pleasant to hear. Dude, Casey will tell you, I'm a sucker for those kind of voices too. I'm always commenting on like, it's like the, what's his name? This like Sam Elliott type voice. If you guys know who Sam Elliott is. You'd know him if you Google a picture of him, you know who Sam Elliott is. Staring contest seems fair. I don't know, I wear contact lenses. Niall, do you wear contacts if you're still out there? I feel like contact lenses give me a staring contest disadvantage. See? I mean, I could not have the contacts in, but I'm so used to having them in, so that might, I don't know. Oh yeah, Sam Elliott. Yeah, you know who he is. Might as well. We only had the one guppy item this time, I think. Yeah, we only picked up one guppy item. Let's not. Sam Elliott, so nice to listen to. Absolutely. Bro, I wrestled for like 6 years and got my ass kicked by little guys. Yeah, but see, like, this is the thing. You're talking about people who are talented at wrestling again. I'm talking about me who hasn't wrestled versus Nio who, at least I know I haven't wrestled. If Nio hasn't wrestled, then we both don't have wrestling skill and the bigger guy just wins. Oh, frick. If Nio has wrestled, then it's even worse. So, like, I'm pretty confident I would lose. You're talking about a professional wrestling match. Oh. I mean, how do you judge the win? Like, professional wrestling matches are scripted, so how do you judge the winner? Wait, it's not real? Oh shit, we got the next floor. We gotta hurry. Gotta raid Nio. We gotta hurry. I wanna beat Shoal, but we wanna raid Nio. Speedrun strats! Ah! No, wrong way, Monka S. You still got 2 minutes. Nice. I can do this in 2 minutes. Shamona. Oh, why take that one on the chin? No need to go in there. Yeah, there's no need to go in there. We didn't pick up the guppy item. I was gonna say, actually, we could become guppy, but that's false. Ace of clubs. There's the ace, Sleevey. Also, Tammy's head is super good when you have awesome tears like we do, which is the item that we got that allows us to put out this crazy shot every time. No pressure, AG. You can last 2 minutes. No, this is the opposite. I need to finish in 2 minutes. It's every man's dream. Alright, so this is Satan. He's a pretty hard boss, but we're gonna try to just style on him here for Nio, so we can get to his stream. Whoop-ah! So much for styling. Freaking cursed eye! Why did I pick up this stupid item? You know what? Do this. Get him. All right. Last phase is not too bad. That second one is the hardest part. It's okay, didn't get teleported, that's the important thing. I mean, the other important thing is not dying, actually, but... orbital damage is huge, we've done it. Cursed Eye is a great item. Hard pass, but we won. Alright guys, who do you think we should raid? There's so many good options out there on the platform these days. I don't really know where to send you. Pentahybrid? No, we already promised our raid. We've been betrothed. Zag on, says Taco? Lol. We've been betrothed. Alright guys, we're gonna raid Nio. I'm gonna send you over to twitch.tv/Nio1. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thanks to KC for the 300 bits, Illuminat, Zest, and Update. Thank you guys for the follows. Tooth Pastry, thank you for the 30 months at tier 1, dude. Is Nio streaming? He should be. He better be. He said I had 2 minutes. It's been more than 2 minutes, right? Is he live? Oh, he live. Let's do it. I'm gonna send you guys over there. It shows him live on my on my screen. Works on my machine. I'm gonna send you over to Nio, guys. Enjoy his stream. I will see you guys tomorrow for some poker tournaments myself on PokerStars PA. We'll be starting about the same time we started tonight, 6:30 Eastern. Thank you so much for the support. It's been a great stream. Lots of fun conversation. I really enjoyed it. This is my favorite kind of chat, when we're just bantering about anything and everything. And this is what I want out of the stream all the time. So if you guys just keep showing up and doing this, I think we can make some special stuff happen and really enjoy our time together. Thank you so much, guys. I really had a blast tonight, and I mean that sincerely. You guys are the best. Sleevey, Hot Dogs, Taco, Magnificent, Alice, Nio, Tooth, anyone and anyone else, anyone and everyone else who is out there. Thank you guys so much. Autumn, Nightfall. Who'd I miss? Who'd I miss? Who'd I miss? Anyway, thank you so much. We're sending you over to Nio. Raid starting off now. See you guys. See you tomorrow night.